So we're going to jump into the recap since everybody's here. Who remembers what happened last time? Johnny missed 2, so probably what.
We got 2 sessions to recap. Shoot.
It was all related, so it wasn't anything too crazy.
That you guys just did worse because I wasn't there, and
I don't really know the details. Turo would have been a really great boon.
You could almost just say that Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
You should have made an effort.
So
go on.
Some of the party has asked questions. I've just kind of blown them off and ignored them and not responded to their questions. But I don't have all of the items that I used to have hanging from me.
Yeah, he's just running around naked right now.
Well, I'm not naked.
Well, mostly naked.
Yes, from the waist down.
Not at all.
You just have to notice the only items he's carrying are all magical. None of his mundane stuff is there.
Yeah, well, I have all my magical stuff, including my robes and all that type of stuff, so I'm fully dressed.
Essentially, after making it to the part of the maze, they found a bridge. It looked as if you were looking into a painting, like a perspective piece, with a bridge that traveled off into the distance to a large tree. When they stepped through it, it brought them to a nice little safe haven within the living wood where they were able to camp and take a large rest. And unbeknownst to everybody else, Perrin walked off during his shift and drew 3 cards out of a deck of many things.
Yeah, he did.
That's why he's kind of bare bones on the magic stock right now. But nobody knows why. He just looks
hilarious.
He looks a little different.
That was, I think, our best session in like a year.
And then we got attacked by this demon or devil or something.
Not just this, but multiple.
It was a pit fiend, right?
Yeah. And they can see other pit fiends from what I remember.
I just watched a shitload of fucking lore videos on the hells.
But yeah,
one of my campaigns I'm running right now is Descent into Avernus. It's fun.
But no, we defeated the pit fiend, so that was good.
Barely screaming and crying. Yeah, go on.
Yep, it was one of their final stops on the way to the heart of the living wood, where the party ended with Ophiuchus at the base of the great tree, smiling warmly upon you.
I could use the rest.
So where's everybody's head at? We'll start with Perrin.
So, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for other things, but I'm okay. I'm good. I've come up with I've come up with a good idea for the deck and what I will be doing with it from here on out. So that's fun. And but all in all, it's like, man, I just need some time to sit down. Give me 2 weeks and I'll have my workshop back up and running. I'll have everything that I've lost. I can get it all back. We have all the raw materials I need back at the keep, so I don't have to worry about that. You know, I can just build everything and go from there. So I'm a little disappointed, but other than that, mainly about all my notebooks being gone, but I can work on transcribing a lot of those. I remember a lot of them.
Yeah, his whole workshop is gone from the keep. His mobile workshop, everything.
That's rough.
What is that?
He drew the card of ruin.
Yep.
Yep. Literally financial ruin.
It just goes all your.
Okay. I thought the deck of many things, like, here's a rope, Here's a ladder.
That's the robe.
That's the road.
Oh, where did you get it? Oh, didn't we get like a couple games ago? Right, so you go off and just take 3 of them without even talking to anybody?
Yep. He just fucking went off and dude, no, we sat here and laughed for like 10 minutes. I had tears streaming down my face. I was laughing so hard.
Ariel must have been asleep. He just shot you because he would have been awake otherwise. Like, what are you doing, motherfucker?
No, everybody was asleep. I did it during my watch. Well,
you owe everybody 1,000 gold, man.
And then he got marked for a demon essentially a demon took notice of him
and didn't like it, so he came and attacked us. That's why we got attacked by the pit.
So you lost all of your shit that helps you make useful things for the party, and then you got a fucking demon to attack everybody. Probably noticed your greed.
Yeah, I think the RNGesus did not like your selfishness. That's why you got 2 bad cards in one.
The one was watching, motherfucker. Even in my sleep. I'm so fucking holy.
I have a question for you, Mike, about the wagon itself.
Okay.
The wagon itself has many, many instances of magic mouth on it. Because it works as a relay for the panic system and all that type of stuff. Would that make it considered a magic item? So the donkeys are gone and everything inside it's gone, but the cart itself is still there?
Nope, burned to the ground. Saw it just ashes.
The cart itself would still be there. But yes, it's just out there with no donkeyfication.
It's out there by it. It's still at the end that we left it at. Outside of the woods.
These sons of bitches ate my donkeys.
Parents gonna be like, "Where's my donkeys?"
Where's Lorelei's head at?
Lorelei is relieved to see this tree. She feels like they've been looking for it forever. And they're finally here, and she's just ready to see what's next, see who she needs to stab, and keep on keeping on. She also kind of keeps an eye on Perrin. She notices he's acting a little off.
A little smarter than before.
Carrick.
Carrick's kind of beleaguered from having this long trek through this very dangerous magical forest, all just to listen to a story, and he's just thinking to himself, why, oh why, this meeting probably could have been ascending.
How not?
Town Odd, having missed last session, the last thing he remembers is being in a dungeon heading across this astral bridge towards a tree. He reached into his pouch and snorted something and blacked out. And he is now just coming to.
Alright. Garm.
Garm is probably in the same headspace as Lorelei is. A great journey, lots of experiences, but now that we've hit the finish line, it's like, all right, this is it, finally.
And Tyrael.
Where's your head at?
That's a good song. Good
yep. Tyrael's wondering how are we at a tree? Why didn't anybody, wake me up?
Why are we in the woods? Why are we in the woods?
Tyrael, wake up, we're here.
Give me a minute to see what's going on. And I don't remember what happened 2 games ago. I don't got. That's it. Let's just pretend I said something that sounded nice.
Were we just fighting battle giants?
Right now.
He was either
I'm a king.
or wise, or
I
maybe
was remembering that I am a king. A giant king.
Sister wives.
That's the only thing I know about you is you have a kid, and it doesn't like you very much.
We went through the forest, we solved some puzzles, we
on
fought some
top of a
monsters,
mountain.
now we're here.
over giant tribes. I own an entire keep on a castle. I'm the king of that. What everybody thinks, because that's what I tell them. I got the biggest tower.
See that wizard tower? That's mine. Sarkar goes, no, it's not.
It's barely a tower. I'm like 300 feet above it. Fighting with
the greatest keep is
deities.
tremendous.
My keep always goes all the way to Isgard.
All right, so
I'm high.
see Ophicia standing before
Ridiculous.
you, smiling warmly.
Oh wow, turtle! Yeah, that's probably very alarming to wake up to, right? He's a big turtle.
No, he's medium-sized humanoid.
I thought he was a giant turtle this whole time.
Nope.
You read too much Stephen King, sir.
So he says nothing. What do you guys do?
I go, hi.
He nods.
Eric kind of like walks up a bit winded and stops to bend over, put his hands on his knees to catch his breath. Is like, is there any way we could have had less of a walk to have this talk?
He simply shakes his head no.
I walk up to the turtle.
Oh, it's a 1 or 2 situation. Okay.
Get a closer look at it. I like turtles.
Can I do an insight check on this turtle? Again, it's been a month. I have no idea. Is this a god? Or is this kind of like the great being of the tree?
He was the Shatterkai in the Underdark that we encountered that was researching stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just inspecting him. I guess stepping closer didn't do much. He didn't care.
Yeah, you would know that he is a hero of legend amongst the Harsvain and their territories.
We know some
monument. He has a great monument there known as Ophicius Rest.
So his name is Ophiuchus.
Yep.
Yeah, he's better.
And the references to him that can be found are over 10,000 years old.
So I'm assuming he's got a form that's more spectral than material, right?
No, he's material.
Oh wow. He just
You
never
look great for your
No,
age.
we're not pulling Jedi bullshit here. No, he's physical.
Yep, he is a physical being standing before you.
So he never died. He's just got a monument to his name. Damn, Harsvain can live that long?
Or there's some really magical bullshit going on. Who knows? It's D&D, sir.
And behind him, you'll find the Kung Fu Panda.
Exactly.
So is Garm the only one who's not met him before? Everyone else has?
I don't know if Perrin did or not.
I don't think I did.
You weren't with us in the Underdark, were you?
Who, me? I got halfway through. Oh.
Yeah, we
Was
met
that
you
the
in the
dungeon that
Underdark.
we
Talk
were
about
in?
Perrin.
Oh.
Perrin was there partly.
Wasn't the fire...
The fire giant.
Yep.
Oh god, that was like in real life, what, like 6 months ago? 8 months ago?
Like a year ago.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I don't fucking remember that.
Oh, a year ago.
Yes.
I don't remember a giant.
Yes, everybody but Garm, and everybody else only met him briefly. It was a projection of himself.
Yeah.
I don't recall that, but I think I was there for that.
Oh, I remember, because I know we've been looking specifically for a fucking turtle for like a year and a half.
Do you recall being part of a fight where we rescued a Shatterkai from a bunch of stuff in the Underdark?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Perrin.
Oh. Speak more clearly.
Sorry, I should be saying names before I start asking questions.
I love the fact that I could just see us as a group sitting here saying this. Did you go? Who do you mean?
Don't you
It was
remember?
after the wedding. I was at the wedding.
So either way, you guys, most of you have met.
Yeah.
Just briefly. He's the one who gave you the tidbit about coming to the Living Wood to find him.
Tidbits.
So we've reached our goal. Talnod will just look at him and go, "Why? After all this trouble, after all this time, why are we here? What knowledge do you have to impart upon us?"
Eric's just gonna sit down on a root nearby, ready for the story.
I don't think. I don't think your character was. That was a long time ago. I think your old character was part of that game, wasn't it?
No, this is all post drill.
Yeah. This is post being a dumbass and walking through a portal.
We lost Drell during the Nazi Angels, remember?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was my short backstory. Shortest backstory in the world. Yours took like a year and a half over fucking Forge.
It was before the reverse D-Day. I remember that. Where angels and fucking things were attacking our keep. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, I certainly remember talking to a turtle, having visions of turtles. Man,
I remembered going to the Harsman's
somebody put good words in my mouth. We never went there. We sent a dragon. Or something. Carrick did.
Me and Carrick went.
No.
Yeah, we went to the Harsvein territories to research.
Yeah, the two of us went.
I'm still
like it the way
amazed.
I
they never
remember
heard of
it.
a fight.
All right, let's see what the turtle has to say.
He steps back and takes a seat on a root across from Carrick and looks out at everyone.
Eric's like, pull up a root, everybody. It's probably going to be a long story.
Talnod bust out a joint.
He says, "We should probably start with where the void comes from."
That is a good place to start.
He says, I mentored what is now known as the void. He says, Matameo Vulcan. He and his 4 brothers.
Mataneo Vulcan?
Matameo.
Matameo.
Yep.
Note takers, start taking notes.
He says, near 11,000 years ago. He says, times were different then. The lands were different. Matameo and his brothers were next in line to take on the powers of creation. He says, mortals, generation after generation, would fulfill these roles. He says, 4 of them yielding their power to the pillar of creation. Matameo, seemingly a normal enough child in his upbringing, eager, intelligent, began to take on darkness in his teen years. I began to find corpses of animals, small tortured things. When I inquired, he said it was for study, anatomy, understanding how things worked, for if he was to create, he would need to understand such things. So I ignored it. He said during his ascension, he killed his brothers, claiming their power for himself. This is when he decided to convene with the gods. He wanted to become a deity. And the gods laughed. They banished him from their realms, trapping him on the material plane. This is when he became void. with the power of creation and that of all of his brothers, he was able to tap in to the other planes, and he was able to shut them out. The planes have to flow into each other for the universe to work correctly. If he was able to stop the flow entirely, he could undo all of creation. With no one to help us, the mortals of the material realm had to stop void themselves, as the gods were not coming. Looks to everybody.
Shit, sir, that's dark.
Any questions this far?
Nope.
Carrick raises a hand. He says, does that mean that the Towers of Creation are conduits to the gods directly?
Says they're conduits to the universe. He says the powers from all of the planes pull through the towers.
What plane were the two of you on that you were amongst the gods?
He says, I was not. He says Void was. He says he met them within their own plane domains and at a junction point. He says where he met the gods in full was in the was in the realm of Tempest.
Oh shit. Okay.
Lorelai shoots her hand up in the air, waving it.
He looks to Lorelai.
Yes. Does the void have any known weaknesses? Like, is there a particular place where I could stab it and kill it?
I don't know if you know much about quantum realms.
Nope.
Duh.
The void is a quantum creature. This means
so
he
you
is everywhere.
Stab him.
So you stab him in the what?
In his
now?
own pocket.
So what you're saying is we need to find Scott Lang.
He will have a physical representation of himself if you were to ever meet him. But he will be all around
We've only
you
met
at the
him.
same time.
But he can still be stabbed somewhere.
What that would translate to in combat terms is that all squares count as threatened when on a battlefield with void.
What?
So any action that
The
you take,
entire field is your enemy. Good luck.
anytime you move, you're leaving a threatened square.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, you need mobile.
Anytime you fire, you're considered in melee. Anytime you use spells, you're considered in melee.
That's okay.
That's rude.
That is creepy.
Jeez.
I love it.
Usually considered melee already. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm standing on a back porch where there's internet. Did you say which realm he was on, Void?
He said the realm of Tempest.
Yeah.
I can't remember all that we learned about Tempest. Did we learn that he was a war god?
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of like Hieronius.
Well,
I know a few things about them, but
I remember.
he's a god.
Yeah.
I've been watching lots of D&D videos lately.
His rest is
A lot of them.
His realm is known as Warrior's Rest, and it's based in Limbo.
Thank
This
you.
is why it was a meeting point and a convergence point for the gods. It was think of it as a middle land.
Yeah, it's neutral. I think.
Got it. It was Quarks. I get it.
Limbo sucks. Well, whole thing on the realms. We've only inked him as like if I remember right. Been a while since we talked to him. Like almost like a black hole, like just a void, like a void. Or was he only talking in our head? I know I got that ring of mind shielding a long time ago because that dickhead liked to talk to us in our brain boxes.
He says he has.
I can't remember how he presented himself to us, other than like through the mouths of other things like cultists and shit.
He says he is a trickster, and has the ability to possess. the ability to
I think
travel great distances in an instance, to remain invisible, even to magic. He does have a physical representation on this plane.
And where is he on this plane right now? Do you know?
He will have an avatar.
Is that his physical representation?
Someone that he is attached to.
Would that be the avatar of the Tempest Temple?
Yes.
Of course it is. That makes sense. Okay. Tyrael feels that we are here more or less because felt summoned here by you. So we want all of this information. We need all of this information. Needed it for a long time. But I gotta ask the question, what is it that you wanted out of us coming here?
Don't you dare tell us that the friendship was worth the trip.
It was the journey all along.
I have done this journey to level you. Exactly.
On Mike.
I can see the past, the present, and the infinite futures simultaneously. He says the past, set in stone. The present, ever-changing. And the infinity of the future. I don't know which future will come about, but I do know it will be those amongst those gathered here that will be in the final battle against the Void. He says,
What do we
have already battled the Void once, and we were unsuccessful in destroying him.
How'd that go?
They were unsuccessful.
He says, we managed to seal
Encouraging.
him. We managed to seal him.
Seal him in what?
He says, in a white space, is what they call it in the celestial realms. A plane of nothingness.
White space.
Think of the Matrix when they first downloaded to those like blink rooms. Yeah.
No sound, no nothing,
Yeah.
just nothing. Just going to drive you insane within 10 minutes. Nothing.
Where he got guns, lots of guns. That room.
Yep.
A celestial padded cell.
And,
Yep.
yeah, that's homebrew.
I know what that is.
A homebrew realm.
Yep.
Cool.
He says, we were able to destroy his generals, and we caught him with a glancing blow. It allowed us to banish him without the power of the four.
Talmud wants to ask, do you mean him and his generals cannot die?
He says his generals can die.
Oh, they killed his generals. But they killed him. That's what he said. So can he. It's good to know. Why do you think you were unsuccessful in killing him, but were successful in sealing him?
He says, we use something called a Leosian light web.
I'm sorry, what?
A Leosian light web.
Can I make a magic check or just like an arcana check?
Yeah, can I get one too?
You guys would not know.
That I really want to know.
You guys would not know what it is, but some of you would know that it's something that Governor Doskan went to great lengths to secure, and has been protecting this entire time.
Yeah, see, what I need a wizard for. Tyrael knows that shit.
Governor Doskan has gone through a long period of hiding and keeping out of things to protect this item, all the way back from
What was his name again?
10.
Did you say Doskan? A B-Ray character?
No.
I had a long time ago.
I think Doskan was B-Ray's character, and Dosan was the governor.
Dostan, okay.
With a T.
Right. It was
Dostan.
that, like the Brinelands.
Vermilion.
Well,
Dostan Vermilion.
Brineland town at all. I don't know. Was that in the capital or was that in the Brineland city? What the hell was the name of that town?
Port Dakar.
Brinevale? Port Dakar, yeah.
Port Dakar.
Brinevale.
So yeah, no. So, he
Like a
says,
ghetto. Sounds like a hood.
It was.
We
what I
were
remember.
unsuccessful. We were
Say
unsuccessful.
again, Mike, one more time.
We
Unsuccessful.
were unsuccessful because the Void managed to kill the Leoshan warrior carrying the light web before he could finish the ritual. He says the light web still activated. This is what killed the generals. He says, but without the completion of the ritual, it wasn't enough to kill Void outright, but it weakened him and allowed us to banish him.
Okay, what was so the Laotian Laos? Laotian.
Leosian light web.
Yep.
Wait, race? Are that people? Or am I thinking of like Narnia or something? Am I getting my fantasy realms mixed
You're
up?
in your fantasy realms.
They're lion people. Okay, there's cat people, but there's not lion people. All right, anyway,
Also, check the chat. I'm taking notes of this as we go.
Yeah, I see it.
I know of, but what does it do? Like, is it like light magic? Did it hurt him because he's dark? Can you expand on that? Because I'm not a wizard. I shoot things.
He says,
I probably shoot a light web.
he says, through sacrifice of one's entirety, they must be a being of good. It will draw in the radiant rays of our realm's sun, and it will devastate a battlefield for 20 miles around.
Oh, jeez.
He says,
With what kind of damage?
radiant.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Radiant. Okay.
He says the Leoshan and the great dragon known as Dagnon flew into the forces. Yeah, flew into.
You said
the forces.
Dagnon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Flew into the forces of the Void, atop what is now known as the Spine.
Ooh.
He says, and this is
I assume
where,
you know. Go ahead.
He says, and this is where the light web was activated. He says
On the spine.
Yes. He says the dragon known as Dagnon was vaporized in an instant, along with the generals and over 500,000 enemy soldiers and undead.
So it's Dagnon who made. So you got, in order to enact the light web, activate. You have to be good aligned and sacrifice yourself.
It says one of you will have to die, and you will not be remembered.
Well,
He says your name will be forgotten. It'll be as if you never existed.
Jeez.
what happens to the soul of said martyr?
Gone.
Oh, so no oblivion.
Life.
Talnod looks at you and goes, "Don't you have a kid?"
I shoot down on foot.
Jared thinks
I
about that
can't.
for- and says, wouldn't that mean that any children this martyr leaves behind would completely forget they had a parent to begin with?
Or would they cease to be?
Or would the children cease to be? Good question.
Yeah.
It says they would simply forget. It says all written references of you will vanish. It says you will just be remembered as a figure, a blank space in people's minds, a shadow. He says this is why I cannot recall the Leoshan warrior's name.
Does one need to be in the ocean to use a light web?
Well, no, the dragon used it.
No,
He
the
died,
ocean
so
warrior
the-
riding the dragon used it.
Oh, okay.
Boy-
So I
Boy,
must have missed that
he was
somewhere.
he carried the Leotian. Dagnon's spine
Okay.
was named all those years ago after the sacrifice of Dagnon and this Leotian warrior. There's a statue actually in your lands,
Yeah.
a magical dragon statue of Dagnon.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen it, I believe, right? It's like
I remember that.
Yeah,
it was,
it's the backup grove for the druids of
Yeah.
the assault.
yeah.
mm. Okay. So I assume you know where our keep is then.
He says, yes. Atop the spine.
Mm-hmm.
Appropriate.
So, anything you want to tell us about our keep? Is there anything we need? Because this is going to have to be done. Prepare for what needs to be done.
He says, what needs to be done can be done anywhere.
Is there any
Carrick
guys?
ponders-
Somebody else think of a question?
Carrick ponders a moment and says, in the time that he's shown himself in recent years, he's begun campaigning for the towers, and he's already claimed the one here on this continent. And it's likely he'll start to target the
pillars?
others. What purpose do they serve for
The
him?
pillars, right?
Towers.
He says
Pillars,
the,
towers.
Pillars.
the pillars allow him to summon his generals.
Oh shit, that means one of them's here.
Yeah.
Or is it one tower per general, or does he have to activate all of them
Yeah.
to summon his generals?
He says one tower per general. And he is,
Yeah.
and he is creation.
Is how
Can
many
you tell
towers
us which one was summoned?
we know that have been?
He says,
I can't remember if it's one or two.
time passes differently here in the Living Wood. He says, think of this place as an extension of my subconscious. He says, it's what sustained me through all of these years. And me sustain it.
So how much time has passed outside of these woods since we've been in here?
If we gave him, if we asked what was the last date you remember, and can we do a correlation here?
Okay,
Yeah,
answer
he- he asked
Carrick's
me
question
what-
first.
He says, it's been 9 months.
We've been in here for 9 months.
Holy shit, dude!
Okay.
Your
My
wives are going
wife
to
is
be
gonna be
so
pissed.
mad.
Bro, you're gonna have to write me a note. You're gonna have to write me a fucking note, man. Like a doctor's note. You're in trouble.
We're gonna come out. Tyrio's gonna have another kid.
I said I was. Fuck. Come on.
Carrick takes a moment
Sorry,
to absorb
Yeah,
the
please
weight.
make that canon.
You lost all your shit. Oh wait, Karen did they that?
Carrick takes a moment to absorb the weight of
I'll think of
that
something to say to
passage of
whoever
time.
said that.
What, Carrick?
Carrick takes a moment to absorb the weight of the passage of time that he just was informed of and says, how are the Harsvain faring against the Empire right now?
Just poorly.
Oh,
Their
that's a good
territory has
question,
been
bro.
rent asunder. He says a wedge has been driven directly across as the pillar on Leotith, that of Earth, has been activated, and the undead now plague the territories.
Oh, suck my
Dang, he's
ass.
already
Is
taken-
that the second pillar?
How odd.
He looks
Fucking-
to Carrick when he says he's already taken one. He says he's taken 3 in addition to creation.
So he needs one more.
Right.
He says all that remains,
Tell me if it was one or
Tower.
two he'd already taken.
the Tower of Isian.
Oh, not the
His
place.
army searched the lands. The tower is underwater.
That's where Corey's from, isn't it? Gas
Yeah,
Matville.
Lorelai's from Isian.
So he took Dagathner, Gleatith, Toru,
Cheese and fucking-
towers.
How
Now
did he
it's just easy
do
left.
that? Is
That army works fast.
yeah, no kidding. That is
It-
to conquer that many undead. That is fucking impressive. Talnod is rendered once
He looks to-
speechless.
He looks to Talnod and says,
The undead are his.
Oh shit, they were scouring on his
But
behalf.
that he freezes.
So he raised.
Yeah, for a necromancer, that kind of army, it's nothing because they just.
It's millions.
runs
No,
itself.
there are millions of undead. So any undead ever.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He
Carrick.
says,
There's
he
everywhere.
says in from Tarut, he has acquired the Pillar of Air. He says of which he has elemental control. He says and from Scunland, the power of dark.
So what happens if we destroy a tower?
Shadows.
So hold on, Mike. Finish what you.
He says if you destroy a tower, he says there is a chance you can stop one of his generals from rising. If you stop a general from rising, there's a chance you can stop his ascension. He says,
So what you're saying is that they activate them,
Stop
we
the void
destroy them?
dimension.
Whoa. Too many people talking.
He says, another thought. He says, a lot of his power right now has been drawn from Tempest, who is trapped within this realm. He's a mad god now.
Right.
Unpredictable. Nobody
We've-
knows what's happened to his
We
mind.
learned a lot about him
I think I know where
this
he is.
already.
Carrick says, from what we've been able to understand, the void bound him to the material plane by covering him with a vast quantity of sand.
Salt.
Right.
Salt, sorry.
Salt.
And the salt
bro.
waste would be where he would be confined, most likely.
Yes.
Did we figure this out like 6 months ago?
As this place is an extension of my subconscious, the madness that plagues the salt wastes are an extension of Tempest's.
So
Right.
how do we get Tempest out from under the salt wastes?
We go to him.
Suppose
We dig deep.
you'd have to make it to the
Turtle.
heart of the salt.
Oh.
Right.
I
Hey,
think we
without-
do
dwarves we
that.
without-
have
magic.
in our contingency because we're gonna need all of them.
So far, you know that you have several options. Getting close,
Yep.
self-sacrifice of somebody with the Leotian light web. Making sure that his generals are dead or they're not all summoned. You can potentially stop his ascension, prevent him from becoming stronger by destroying pillars or weakening him by destroying current pillars. And that the unpredictability of freeing a deranged god, knowing that Tempest and him are the utmost enemies.
Huh.
Right. But he's mad.
Tempest may or may not be able to help you, or may help you on accident, or may
Or
cause
kill
more
us.
problems in addition, or kill you. As
Yeah.
the madness goes, whichever way it pleases.
And even if we could heal madness, I don't know if we can do it on that level.
Especially when it's a god's madness. I don't think even a 9th level, like, cure or greater restoration would do it.
No, that ain't gonna do shit.
Be warned, if you attempt to destroy the pillars, they each have guardians.
Right. That's the next question I had. Tell us
How would
about.
one even destroy one of those great edifices on the planet?
I mean, it's a structure,
tell us.
right?
They have guardians.
He says, if you destroy the guardian, you can destroy the tower. He says,
Can you tell us
"These
about
beasts-
the guardians? Go
These
ahead.
beasts are legends. He says, but far worse than the legends give them credit for.
Oh, that's
He
great.
says, You know it as a kraken.
All of them?
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's what guards.
100% in.
That's what guards the ECM tower.
Oh,
They're far
Jesus.
worse far worse than what the legends would have you believe.
We're gonna need one hell of a ship. Or
At least it wasn't
maybe.
the Hydra.
To root, it's known as the Tarask.
I felt like a Tarask was coming.
Great.
That's it. You know what? It's early in the morning. I'm having a shot. Fuck it. I'm done.
Okay.
Congratulations, Mike. You got on a day drink.
God damn it.
Mike, you were telling us about Taruk.
It says yes. You know it as the Tarask. Again, far worse than legends would let on.
What's Daggeth Nern's guardian?
It says Void himself.
Well, fuck
He and
me.
the Pillar are one.
That's probably a pillar we shouldn't tackle right away.
Right.
Agreed.
And there's
What about Gleatis?
At that town I would almost go, no. Anything that is not under the Great Priest's seal is lost, is gone.
oh, fuck me.
Oh my goodness, where did it go?
Did you lose everything, sir?
You gotta dig out all the Gleatith notes because we haven't been there yet. Except
Dude.
for that one shot.
So long.
Well, yeah, we've been there, but last time we were there, an undead rock was just, fucking around.
Actually, it was kind of chilling, and then we pissed it off because somebody wanted to take the books.
Oh, yeah. Everyone took everybody. Oh, it was so good. I love
I
that.
will rescue all the dogos, he said.
Which, by the way, we still have to do a one-shot of after that. It's like a prequel to this game.
Actually, it'd be kind of cool if we went there to destroy the tower and we ran into our one-shot party.
Oh, dude, that'd be so good. Do you need head casket? I have head casket.
I've actually played him again since.
Ballscar forever.
He's so
played him
good.
in
I love
one shot.
that character. Which, by the way, he is canon in my games, sir.
I need to hop on DDB and look at my old guy from that campaign.
He says it's he says Gleatith's pillar, a lich lord.
That tracks.
See, that does very much track. Kalnon goes, who? Which? Lich Lord?
He says none that you would know.
Brine.
Crikey!
What about the fifth tower?
He says yes.
Scunland, I presume.
He says they're known as Ciolta.
Ciolta?
Yes. He says they're men that were transformed by the Salt Odd, is what the locals call it. And he says, and the Guardian there is known simply as the Falling Star. And he controls the Ciolta. And this it'd be a Fallen Star mage.
Well,
God,
that's
I'm
quite a
looking-
roster of bosses to fight.
I was gonna say, I'm looking
that's a
over
lot.
my fucking map. That is our fucking continent between Gleatith. These bosses, I mean, phew, this is going to be a... Talnod looks at everyone and just goes, this is going to be a campaign. How long do you guys live?
He says most of us a millennia. He says only reason I'm still here is for the magics of the wood.
Eric thinks for a moment and says, in my advent with my sorceress powers, I've been plagued by this undead serpent god named Scraith, who also has dominion over the undead. Does he have any relationship with the Void as of yet?
No. They would be enemies, if anything.
Carrick breathes a sigh of relief. Oh, thank the gods. Fighting both of those at once in alliance would be horrible.
Talnod will ask, what of the wizards of Thay?
Of who?
Your version of like the Wizards College. Are they actually going to, fight with us, against us?
If you're talking about the Grand Arcanist and Valador, they're probably fighting with the Void, like alongside.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
part of the Empire.
It's the Grand Arcanist, yeah. But yes,
Yeah,
the Grand Arcanist would be fighting alongside the Void as Valadorans.
And I go, this cannot stand.
Well, Valador is going to be against us no matter what because of who his avatar is. Is he aware of us already? I mean, we know he is. I mean, do you know anything about that?
He says, you're just adventurers in a big world to him. He says, you've been tied to him, obviously, in some way or another, foiling a plan here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing he's really paid too much attention to.
That's good.
I guess that's the advantage we have.
Of all the things he can see, he can't see into the living wood.
Hence he does not know you are here, and doesn't think much of our coming here.
Talnod thinks and goes, we could plan here then.
I have a
This
question.
is not much longer. He says, for I will finally rest after our meeting is done.
What can you tell us about the generals?
He says, the generals themselves, he says, masters of the elements of their name. He says, the general of light, a celestial being. The general of the general of dark, infernal. He says of earth, Terran, and of water, water. He says they
Maybe
are
like an Aquarian?
water elemental.
Oh, water elemental, gotcha.
They have physical representations, the same as the Void. They are creations of his, but he must control the tower to create.
Did he only have 4 generals?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure I got them all down.
And destroying a tower of a general that is already summoned, will that defeat that general out, like if he's not at the tower?
Or just weaken him, kind of thing like that.
This is unknown.
But destroying the towers does weaken the Void, as you said, right?
Yes. He says once a general's been summoned, undoing a tower may or may not destroy the general. He says, in my time, we bypassed this by gathering the generals. He says, and once gathered, we tried to take them all out at once.
I'll ask the obvious question. Do you have any... what are they? Not abilities. Items. Do you have any armor, weapons? Do you know of any knowledge of these things that we could use in this fight?
He says, beyond the light web, no. He says, I can't impart information. should you run into the void directly. That could
How did you-
help aid you in strategies against him?
How did you gather the generals last time?
This is by sacrificing 100,000 soldiers.
Oh, Jesus.
Check that off the
That's
list.
a lot.
It says we gathered all we could of the remaining forces of our plane that could stand against him.
Does that equate to one bronze dragon?
It says, and when his army gathered to battle ours, we sacrificed everyone.
Oof.
Garm thinks about that and it's like is very uneasy by hearing that. Not like in a judgmental way, but like the fact that they had to sacrifice so many people for that. It makes him sort of uneasy, unwell about that.
A little sick in the stomach, huh?
Yeah.
He said they weren't without knowledge of this.
Still.
He said the men came, the men, women, beings, they all came willingly.
Did they all have light webs or something, or why would they sacrifice?
I'm guessing a lure.
It was a lure.
Yeah.
Hey,
The final stand of man.
I think unless we turn the legions against Valador, I don't think we're going to be able to muster any kind of army that near that size. From the sounds of it, Scunland's probably already fallen, and most of their people are probably dead. The Harsvain probably didn't number very much to begin with. Utor probably doesn't even matter. Gleatith only had a handful of survivors in the safe cities. And
I look at
Isbian
you
is
and I
mostly
go,
forested.
as you mentioned Gleatith again, I go, we need to glass it.
I don't think it matters much at this point.
No, I mean,
just
if
we have to go after towers.
yeah,
That's the
It doesn't
only
take long.
logical choice.
It says it doesn't take long for the world to understand what's happening. So you'd be surprised at the resistance that the void will meet. Same as in our time. People will fight back.
and they're going to need someone to gather them all.
What is his end goal here on the material plane?
Void?
Just run through the fabric of reality and sit in an abyss of death. That sounds about right.
That's the mic answer.
He nods and says, "Oblivion for all and everything."
What is this guy's problem, huh? What is his problem? That's a serious question.
He's just evil incarnate.
Talnod looks at Tyrion and goes,
Oh.
"Yeah, the bad father."
He believed he was essentially what you would gather is he believed that he had gathered enough power to become a god and wanted to stand amongst them. And
He's a
instead they
sociopath.
laughed and shunned him.
Yeah, so that's what his problem is. He's
So in
just,
response, he's going to undo everything,
mhm.
thus proving he is the most powerful thing in all of the
Oh.
universe.
The deities, they would have definitely a dog in this fight.
But they can't reach us because he's cut off all the other planes.
Because of Tempest.
Carrick would notice when he tries to commune with Nignasaria through his ability, it would go unanswered.
Oh,
Holy shit!
no more-
Does my
no more
magic
communicating.
work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the spell weave still exists on this plane. It's just that we probably don't have much help from gods at this point.
If we can't commune with them.
Yeah, the gods will not intervene.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not a full-blown
will
cleric.
not or cannot because you said that the pillars are like blocking them, aren't they? Like
He's
activating them?
blocking He's cut off their planes. They're blocked out.
Right,
If
so
you
they
remember
can't.
when you guys were hijacked by the Scraith,
yeah.
when you end up in the Sanctum within Lunre, she said it had already begun. She couldn't reach your plane directly, but she was able to hijack the Scraith's portal, essentially, and draw you guys into her Sanctum.
Because we would have been icy snake hell if she hadn't done that.
Not only that, but Mike, how long have you been planning this campaign?
A long time.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
This campaign started 6 years ago. He's had plenty of time to build material as he went, too.
Yeah,
Dude, now we have 4
cool.
bosses. Oh my god, it's like fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Just the side quests never end.
It's been it's been a full circle to get to this moment. Like, it's been a lot of circle building to get you guys to this
It
moment.
has. It's. We're here, guys. We've seen the big bad. Here we go. We have a choice.
How you guys go about it? You have quite a few
Yeah.
options to choose from, different paths. Some of those may become obstructed. Your
Yeah. Try
may
something first.
change as you go along, depending on what you guys see when you get back to the material world, or to the real world, I should say.
Oh yeah, things have probably happened in fucking 9 months. More pillars have been activated.
Your kid's gotten bigger.
I know. I want to go home. All of us, like he's had the urge to go.
Your kid's second birthday is coming up.
Ever since I heard Tyrael heard it's been 9 months. He's been wanting to get what information needed and get the hell out of here and get home.
Just
guys,
know if you come home and there's a second kid, it's not yours.
As you guys are absorbing the
It's been
information,
9 months.
As you guys are absorbing information and talking about these things, you can see that Ophiuchus is beginning to look sleepy.
He's
His eyes are getting
passing.
kind of heavy, and he's, still smiling and nodding at you guys. And from above you, great leaves slowly begin to change colors.
Oh
We're running out
no!
of time. Get your questions in quick.
His head is slowly retracting into its shell.
So, is there anything else, like anything at all, even if we haven't thought of the question to ask, anything you can tell us, any suggestions of which one of these paths we might have more success with
You see
all his knowledge?
He says, as his eyes snap open and he looks at you, I've seen success in each of your plans. I've seen failure in all of them. He says, I see an infinite amount of possibilities, but I can't tell you which one will finish this out.
Townald has to yell out and go, please, teach me a spell before you die. Just something. Give me something.
He's a druid, so.
If only a certain someone hadn't turned into a rat and left 3 years ago.
I can teach you to speak to plants. Oh yeah, that's great because every time you walk in nature is just when you step on the grass, ah, oh, ah.
All right.
He says,
Some kind of good question to get in.
he says, think deeply on this quantum being.
How do we
This
undo
is-
his quantumness? That would be a great way to make his
This
influence a
is-
lot
He
less.
says you won't be able to undo it, but you can learn how it moves. He says
That's useful.
what he describes next in quantum, as far as the quantum ability works, is his ability to use reactions to move away from things. So
Yes.
So he is here next to Perrin. Carrick decides to fire a fireball. As a reaction to the fireball bursting, he's actually next to Garm.
So it's just as a reaction, he just teleports where he wants. Is that it?
He's everywhere at once, but his physical being manifests where he needs it to avoid things.
Okay.
We got
It's
to learn to
almost-
anticipate its
So
movement, and fire where it's going to be instead of where it is.
Think
Lot
liquid
of-
luck. Basically, you get to be wherever you need to be, or you have to be.
a lot of holding actions then.
Exactly.
Essentially.
You really have to think about this one. This
Yeah.
is like This is a chess setup.
Yeah, I was about to say we're playing chess on this one.
Yes. It's so much fun. I like this.
We're not playing shit because we gotta fucking find them. There's a lot between then and now.
Yes.
So we need to.
I mean, there's still.
Anybody have more questions as the old Harsvane?
What does
I'm
it
good.
mean to stop the
Continues to
general's
fade.
ascension?
What is it?
I think he
What
said
does
destroy
it
the
mean
pillars,
to
right?
stop a general's ascension as one of the victory options
Oh.
that he listed? Like, is it simply destroying the pillar that they're associated with, or is it killing them before they reach a certain point?
If all four generals are summoned, then it'll be a full ascension for the void. He'll be at his peak power. Yes.
So it'll be
So
stopping
with-
the void's ascension.
Yes, you'd be stopping the
So
void's ascension.
without the generals, he cannot ascend, or it just slows it.
It's the
Uh,
pillars.
The pillars. It essentially keeps him at his current power level.
Okay.
If he fully ascends, he will begin a ritual that allows him to essentially send the universe into oblivion.
Okay.
Oh, is it possible for us to take the water tower's power for ourselves and deprive the void of it? Or do we need to destroy it?
You will need to destroy it.
Okay,
He says you will not be able to control the general. They are bound to him.
true.
He created them. The Laotian light web. Where can we get this? Is it a spell? Is it an object?
The former
Where-
governor has it.
Is that the only one?
Yeah, it's the only one.
Yeah,
An
can you tell?
An image would flash of a ship floating in the middle of the ocean.
Mhm.
It's. Give me just a second. Of course, my map's taking 4 hours to load. There it goes. It would be the Varana Ocean. An image would flash of a ship, and upon the ship, you would see a man steering and 4 figures gathered on the deck conversing. You would see Doston Vermilion, Harrow Vermilion, and then White Smoke and Rose.
Yeah, of course. I was like, what is that hot dire elf name that wouldn't fucking. White
Carrick,
smoke.
your fingers gotta be hurting.
How do you figure?
Well, you're having to type all this out.
Oh no, it's not too bad. I got a new keyboard.
Go.
Hair of a Million, we've met her several times, so she knows about this. Do they
Yeah,
know
she-
what it's for? Is that why they're protecting it so?
Very
Yes.
likely.
Any additional?
He doesn't know what it's for directly, but as you know that Dostan is able to get into minds, you would assume that part of the reason that he was so secretive and dipped and disappeared was because during some of his time in Valador, he probably gleaned some mental images, thoughts from people that alluded to what was actually going on, and rather than voice any of it, he just took action and carried that burden himself.
He knows all of us. He's the guy that gave me the ring of mind shielding.
Well, he knows Carrick and Tyrael at least.
No.
Yeah. That's good. At least we won't have to fight to go talk to him.
Yeah, he's
That's an
friendly
option.
with us. He knows the heroes.
We just have to. That option is get physically close to Void himself.
I mean, you guys now have a direct image location
Yeah.
of exactly where the governor is.
Yeah.
What
Aside-
ritual needs to be performed for the light web to activate?
Yes, that was my question as well. Can it be performed upon someone who, well, does it have to be voluntary is the biggest thing.
That's probably
This is
given.
it has to be voluntary.
Fuck.
That's what sacrifice means.
Says the ritual itself is brutal. Says you will need to cut a hole into your chest. Before you die, place the light web.
Oh.
Wow.
We're going full Aztec. Awesome.
He says the Leotian warrior managed to get the light web into his chest. But the void managed to kill him before the light web did.
But the light web still went off, you said.
Yes.
So I'm assuming, the ritual is cut a hole in your chest, put the light web in it, and then it goes off?
Yes.
There's probably a charge time is what happened.
Yep.
Like the light web will undo you while it's inside. But if you die from something else before the light web kills you, the light web's detonation is not as powerful.
Now that's a question. The Leotian warrior died. He died before the light web went off.
Yes.
Now, you're supposed to go, into oblivion if you're killed by this, but he wasn't killed by the light web. He died before it went off.
So,
still
technically, he's still around. You're right. Because
no, Mike, what did you say?
He was still absorbed by the light web.
Oh, that's annoying.
He says, haven't you ever wondered why the world's histories seem to have vanished?
You're all just like, yeah, I ponder stuff all the time. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. He says, everything the light web absorbs vanishes. He says 100,000 remaining souls and all of their names and histories and everything they were attached to, he says, created great voids in the history of the world.
So that question I asked earlier was right. Did they all sacrifice themselves with light webs, or the light web? Oh, that's a
one light web killed thousands of people.
I was about to say, we're getting into philosophical territory, and I don't know if Tyrael has the wisdom to understand this.
Dude, I got a dick big enough to understand anything. You shut the fuck up. It's not the question I asked. The question I asked is, so even if, you have to voluntarily, will it to go off, but if you are caught in its blast and killed by it, you are also sent into oblivion.
Yes.
And what's the range again? 20 something?
20 miles.
20 miles?
20 miles. Think of it as a nuke.
Yeah.
It's a predator bomb.
You have to get this guy away from people. Okay.
Aside from being underwater, any other details on where the pillar in Isian is?
He would be able to flash you an image. It is just between the Crystal Cove and Isian itself, the westernmost Crystal Cove Isle.
Of course.
While we're at it, can you just show us the locations of all the pillars so that way we have that information?
I have to pull out my physical actual map that you guys sent me here for this.
Thank you
I'm
again,
standing
Tyrael,
over
for
it like
ordering.
a 5-star general, man.
I made them.
Oh, I had this map up as well, so I know exactly where everything is.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I just used the Facebook
group. We know where they all are. We already knew where the pillars were.
Well, we only knew where Daggett and Ern's was because
I thought we knew
were Thumb on the Wilds.
I thought we already knew where they all were, man. Oh, we're crashing.
Of course,
so
the X in the middle of Garen's reach.
The X's are where the pillars are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's for Gleatith, guys. I helped build this place. That's not good.
East of the Darkwell, huh?
No, it's in the middle of the mountains. And guess
East
what?
of Darkwell.
Yes.
Well, Telnai can go to Gleatith and he can destroy that pillar. The rest of us.
No, I'm just saying.
Garm is looking at, not thinking to his head, thinking about the turret, because he remembers back when he was researching books, he heard about an artifact near Garen's Well.
Yep, that's true. Something that'll help
That's
you
a good band, man. That's a good band.
Yep.
Garen's Well. They opened for Hanson.
Which pillar is that?
for it.
Torret.
When we were getting information about artifacts that would be useful to us going forward, and one of the rumors that reached
It's the Holy Avenger.
Yeah, in Garen's
No, Defender.
Holy
It allows you to sacrifice the positive bonus to attack and transfer it to AC.
Oh.
I think vice versa too, right?
It's not bad.
Yeah, so you can either have a +3 attack, or you can have a +1 attack +2 defense, or plus no attack +3 defense.
Yeah, so you can just Defender.
Is that a feat?
No, it's a weapon.
No,
A legendary longsword.
Oh.
Think of it almost like a liquid metal kind of thing. It's a sword, it's a shield, it's whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Well, see, I won't use it. I'll just
It's really nanotech, guys. It's really nanotech.
It's a sword with a shield built into the handle guard.
Bro, this is not StarCraft. This is D&D. It's magic.
No, this is Infinity War.
So,
Ephesius.
Ephesius would know when he says nanotech. Ephesius would be like, "He's 12,000 years away."
He knows things.
Okay. Any other good or useful questions? Is there any? No objects will help us. No certain weapons will help us.
There's a
Is there
god
anything?
that might help us.
Yeah, that's an option. I'm kind of curious because, if not, I don't know if we can kill it.
Where is the heart of the wastes?
But if we can't kill Tempest,
It says assault waste, right?
Void.
Oh shit! I believe that crawler just asked the right question.
What?
Where is the heart of the salt wastes, where we can free Tempest from his tomb?
Right in the heart.
There we go. And of course, this might come up as a familiar place for Perrin, who's been out there. Maybe not that deep, but it might give him a better clue.
Well, he doesn't have a fucking donkey right now, so I don't know how he's gonna get there.
We'll get some replacement donkeys when we get back to town.
Well, I was going to say, just judging by this map, let's clean out our own backyard before we worry about, the neighbors, huh?
Mm-hmm. I would think freeing Tempest would
I just realized I was muted.
Yeah, good job.
Good job, sir. I've been there before, too.
So, but the wastes don't navigate like regular space, and there is time variance there as well as just like here. So it's going to be very similar to here. But I have spent a long time learning how to navigate and work my way through that maze.
Could you not just use
that airship you're talking about? Then that'll make navigating it a whole lot quicker.
Yeah. Could you not just use the map that we've been using?
Well, we could also always use a new ally as well. If we free Tempest, maybe he helps, maybe he hurts.
Okay, is there any? I think I've already asked, if there's anything he would wish to tell us, even if we haven't asked. Is there anything that we can leave here with that may aid us, other than information?
Don't ever jaywalk. You will die.
Mike?
He says, yes. He says, my life force.
Your life force? What do you want to do with that?
He says, give it to you.
You can do that?
What?
He controls this entire space. Of course he can.
What would you like us to? What would you like us to do with it?
He says, it'll grant you powers.
So it's going to convert
Open
into
things up
XP?
inside of you. He says,
It'll grant us powers again. What'd you say?
He says, upon my passing,
You will learn.
Okay.
It'll grant us powers.
This is I'm ready to go. This is on you now. This is going forward. This is it. There will be no help from the gods. No help from me. Only from you and those good out there left in the world. This is do your best. Everything is depending on it.
Would you like to save your game?
Thanks, Dad.
His eyes.
I'm gonna.
Hold on,
What is it?
he's dying.
I'm just gonna go up to him. Like, I'm assuming he's just lying there, as you said. He's like crawling into a shell.
No,
I'm just going
he's
to-
sitting there, and his eyes are just kind of like fading closed. His little wooden staff.
I'm just going to ask him. Are there any burial preparations you'd like us to perform?
It says they won't be needed.
I can
As
bury myself.
as his eyes begin to close, his shell and his skin begin to sparkle and crackle and begin to chip away like paint peeling off of a wall. Except instead of falling downward, they float upward. And as these small pieces of himself begin to float upward, and he becomes brighter and brighter and brighter, the leaves of the great tree begin to fall.
Garm's gonna bend a
And in
knee.
a flash of light, you all go blind for just a split second. And as you open your eyes, he is gone, and you feel something awaken inside of you. You may all
Okay.
choose. You may all choose a boon.
Ooh. Ooh.
Titties!
Ooh.
Is that a boon?
Any boon you like.
Any?
Oh,
Is there a list of wait, like a feed or a boon? I'm so confused.
Epic boons.
D&D 5e epic boons.
Epic boons. Let's see.
And then please list them for me, Carrick, since you're doing that. That saves me time from switching tabs to my note. Then I can just transcribe yours.
Okay, holy crap, that's a lot of boons.
Oh Jesus, there's so
I
many.
heard that there was a whole new player's fucking handbook, and they fucking made the feats so. Tyrael would be real fucked up right now if I was using 2024.
We don't use
Just the
we
feats
don't
I
talk
have.
about 2024, much like we don't talk about 4th edition.
We don't talk about Bruno.
But no, it's because this game's 6 years old. We're using 2019s. Okay, since I was watching this YouTuber fucking talk about the feats, I was like, I have those feats. What do you mean it does that? What the fuck? Like, that's fucking insane. I would be able to re-roll every fucking roll I wanted so many times at this point.
Are there new epic boons in the 2024? Since they're kind of, if there are, we're not using those, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that in this
I
house.
should probably check that before I... It doesn't say whether or not this is from the old or the new, it just epic boons on the 5th edition wiki.
That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
looking
looking
at
at.
it too.
Those are fine.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm on the D&D 5e wiki. It seems like we all happen to be. That was the first thing that
So
came
what
up
you
on
got-
Google search, wasn't it?
I'm formatting right now the copy and paste that I'm doing, because there's some separation that needs to avoid confusion. Because
The light web ritual. God, this is great.
What I assume was the only radio.
That's not a boon.
Who's watching Bob's Burgers?
Radio was, I don't
I'm at Shai's house and Archer is on. It's not Bob's Burger.
I noticed.
Bob's voice.
Yeah,
John Benjamin.
It was like the main dude's voice on. He was on Home Movies too as a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen Archer for a long time. We used to watch that a long time ago. It's
Phrasing.
fucking fun. That's how you get ants.
That is how you get ants.
Gain one
Oh,
ninth
man.
level spell slot. One of you motherfuckers with magic better get that motherfucker.
Woot!
that would be really good
I
for our
can't.
artificer, because I think you only go up to what, 5, 6?
No, you don't have any 9th level spells yet.
but you can
This-
upcast to 9th level.
Yeah.
With what you currently
That'd
have.
be,
Right.
that'd be great.
Until you get 9th.
Meteor.
But imagine a
Dude.
9th level upcast of one of Baron's
All
abilities.
You know there's a dragon that has three 13th level spell slots.
What?
All they are
What?
he has spells up to like level 9, and he has three 13th level spell slots that allow him to upcast any of his spells to 13th level.
That's it. I'm done. I quit being a wizard. I can never get to that level.
That's a dragon, apparently. And he's like a CR 50 or CR 62 or something.
Any of those looking good to you guys so far?
I'm
A
looking.
few of them, I just don't know what.
I love the fact that you said the one word that I love, Tarask.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
for
some
that.
of these are great, but it's like
Sure.
once per long rest, but they are insane.
This Tarask is not a normal Tarask. But
Oh no! That's the best
would be-
part. It's,
These would be
it's like hunting. It's like hunting the odd T-Rex.
5e
My-
really made their like godlike monsters. They're like monsters of lore and legend bitches.
Yep.
So I've revamped them entirely.
Like
I love it.
fiction.
I can't wait.
let's see.
I went with like their 3.5 versions.
Yes.
That's the one we played when we were kids, but
I really hate that dragons don't have magic. Like back like
They don't.
dumb thing.
They
Not
should.
5e. Some of it like
Yeah, they
the
don't.
godlike dragons do, but the standard like dragons, no spell like
Right.
no spells, no spell like abilities.
Like blue dragons are just straight up magic. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I'm
Oh my god, I
So
don't know
It's a
what.
homebrew.
No, not only that, but I'm pretty sure that your dragons they prefer the was it the fly and strafe method.
oh yeah, they're nasty.
They're
They use
300 feet away. They don't give a shit. They're just gonna breathe fire on you, or
They use the
ice,
full-
or
They
Yeah.
use their full 3D environment.
exactly.
Yeah, a lot of
I know. I'm reading them. Your walking speed increases
Jesus.
by 30 feet.
If
Yeah, I
you
like
have
the-
okay, so I was looking at the boon of skill proficiency. If you're already proficient in that one, does it go up to was it mastered? I think
Expertise.
expertise.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would just get massive skill boosts. Across the
Oh, that's what I'm looking at. Like it's like I have a +6 on my proficiency bonus, so everything's gonna get a +6.
Oh my god, that is fucking god level. I love it.
I like.
I have
I'm
a
kinda
+6
tempted.
too.
What is
like,
your
even my
passive
stealth
at
at-
that point? What is
Even
your
my
passive?
stealth. What?
What is your passive? If it gives everything a skill boost, your passive has to go up.
It's probably my passive perception and insight is 11. My investigation is 9. So +6
Okay.
on those then.
Oh, here's a cool one for you, wizard. Choose one of your spells, 1st through 3rd level, that has a casting time of 1 action, and that spell's casting time is now 1 bonus action. That's every spell, not once per long rest, permanently.
Oh
That's pretty
shit!
cool.
Shield.
Yeah, like that's like a
First
quick
through
cast
third level.
What's that
fireball.
Oh
one?
no! If I make that shield,
Boon of
holy
quick
shit!
casting.
Yeah, you can do it as a bonus action, though.
Yeah,
Permanently.
instead of a reaction, a bonus action. Yeah.
Which
Not
one are
bad.
you looking at, Lorelai? You're muted.
Sorry, I'll unmute myself. I like the extra 30 feet of movement, but I already have that reaction as a rogue. I'm also liking boon of where you get 40 extra HP, the boon of irresistible, or no, that's different.
Word of fortitude.
Fortitude. And then the irresistible offense also bypass damage resistances of any creature.
Oh
And I
no,
feel
that's
like
great for you. Just because you get sneak attack, so all of your damage goes through 100% of the time.
yeah, I don't know. I'm stuck between those two. I feel like my HP's already fine. Probably bypassing the
Damage
Resistances.
resistance would be like your
Yes.
fire, acid,
Mhm.
ice, things like that. So if a creature is resistant to fire, then with that, 0 resistance to fire.
So be immunity.
And since you don't really do a lot of elemental damage, I don't think that
Yeah,
would serve you very
true.
well.
Yeah.
The
Now, for
biggest
someone like
question
Eric,
is,
yeah, screw your resistance to fire, you're burning.
the biggest question is if they have an immunity to it, can this still damage them? So basically, it does just straight damage or half damage if they're immune. Let's say they're immune to fire.
No.
Okay.
So
maybe
it doesn't bring it down a level, is what you're saying.
No.
Yes.
I
That's
feel like the boon of
resistance
fortitude would probably do me good. I mean, I'm already between the cloak and my HP pretty squishy, but if I'm going to need to get up and melee with something, increased hit points. Yeah, I think I'm going to go boon of fortitude.
There's a question. If in this homebrew universe, we are currently cut off from all other planes because of the void, right? So I can't use like plane shift, like go.
You would find
And
that
back?
plane shift would planar travel would be ceased.
So that boon is out
For now, yes.
for now.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I still fucking want it. Now I want to go. I want to go to heaven, man. They probably could have given us a sword,
Trying to get one.
just a field of big soft titties. Just
Jeez.
I gotta stop saying this shit out loud. I keep forgetting that I'm like on To Catch a Predator here with Garm.
And you're live.
I'm so
and
tired, I wish I
I'm
could
canceled.
I wish I didn't use that analogy.
Oh my god,
for
the
describing
cancel
my
material
heaven.
campaign.
I love him that much. You can't cancel me for that. That's kink shaming. Is that a thing still? Am I getting too old? I don't know what's getting people canceled nowadays.
Which one are you looking at, Perrin?
I have no idea.
Next question, how do you add a boon?
Calculating all of
Yeah.
the possible scenarios. Which
Sure.
one may have
Just a quick
strongest
question.
impact.
We don't have to choose until we start game next month, correct? So we have time to look over this.
I mean, we still got a couple hours.
Yeah, it's only noon.
There's only so many to choose from.
So that's
I
true.
mean, Carrick has a good idea what he'd like.
Thunderwave.
I think I've narrowed it down to 2. Oh, sorry. I don't think I heard the answer for the proficiency. If it's already proficient, does it go up to expertise?
Yes.
Yes.
Holy crap. Okay. Then
Do you get double expertise
crap,
if
he
you're
says.
already expertise?
No.
it doesn't go
Yeah.
higher than expertise.
Yeah, expertise
Okay.
does not stack.
Yeah.
No,
I'm going.
There's even a feat like that improves proficiency that says if it's already expertise, it does not stack.
Yeah.
It's not a deck building game. You're fine.
Garm is going to go with boon of skill proficiency.
So go ahead and mark every single one of your skills proficient, and any that are already proficient, make expert.
Jeez.
That's actually kind of cool.
Eric is going to take Boon of the Stormborn just in case we have to go free Tempest. He doesn't want to get zapped.
Is that the Thunderwave one?
Cool.
So you can
Yeah,
cast a spell
Thunderwave.
at will.
Immune to lightning and thunder.
So that
Yeah,
means
that's
sonic
pretty
damage.
cool.
Yay.
And he already has resistance to fire.
I am immune to fire.
Immune to
And
fire now, yeah.
And resistance to ice.
Yep.
And even though the rest of the party don't know it, they all have resistance to ice too, but Tyrael won't share that information.
Why do I have resistance to ice?
We all just
Oh yeah.
we feel a little less cold all the time.
Yeah, Garm did something without telling anybody else
Oh, he's right, it was Garm.
what he did. And you all he acquired a wish and wished for everybody to have resist cold damage.
Cold damage.
Oh, wait, hold on. When did you require a... When,
Nobody
This
knows
happened
when
while
you
you were
acquired a
gone,
wish.
Tyrael.
And everybody else was frozen in time and space. It was something that happened in the maze.
Yep.
all right, so while I was gone, you acquired a wish spell.
Yep.
Not a wish spell.
fucking
He acquired a wish as a gift.
Oh, but so not a wish spell, not any... But it's
Yeah,
still a wish, right? You can get anything you wanted?
It was the deck
Wait,
thing, right? Yeah.
No, it was from that puzzle statue that everybody was terrified of.
Yes.
Removing the statue's mask, and it turned out to be a trap. That wasn't a trap, but a gift.
Chaos of the faith for you.
Okay, but why choose for everybody to have a what again?
I had a list. Like I had a list of stuff that I chose based on previous encounters.
So, yep, everybody has resistance to cold damage, so put that on your sheet.
Okay, where do I put that on my sheet?
Under defenses.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to add this boon.
It's under resistances. You can actually add it.
Okay, sweet.
Looking, where the fuck is that?
It's on your main screen.
We got two. What's Talnod going with?
I want my 9th level spell, sir.
Oh yeah, upcast, and then when you get spells, you have an extra slot.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Tyrael, what are you going with?
Eric, if you would please post that because I have yet to find it. Unfortunately, I'm like literally putting on my jeans right now so I can go walk my dog.
I'll send it over to Roll20.
Thank you.
Which one are you going with, Tyrael?
I'm come back around. I just learned how to put cold resistance.
Lorelai, did you figure out yours yet?
Yeah, I'm going with the boon of fortitude.
Flat 40 HP increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having that, so every time you level, like that just increases the amount of HP you're going to gain from the level too.
Nope.
No?
You just gain a flat 40 hit points to your current.
Right. Oh, I think I have something that.
Yeah, you have tough.
Yeah, so I would gain like a shitload more HP than I already do.
Yeah, you would gain 40 on top of your 200 and something hit points.
Yeah, I'm at 208 right now.
You'd be at 248 with the boon of fortitude.
That's pretty fucking cool, man.
You are fucking disgusting, sir. I
was looking at that too, but I thought like I'm at 204 already. I don't really need. I'd rather boost up everything else.
Yeah, neither does Tyrael.
that's
Who's
why I
doing
was-
the ranged fighting all the time.
Yeah, I can get melee too. I need to do more of that. That's
What about
that my
what about for
proficiency-
Tyrael? There was the irresistible offense. You can bypass damage resistance on any
irresistible,
creature.
bro. Ask my wife. I am irresistible.
Then you should take that.
Have this boon.
Oh, you do?
You got bypass. Yeah, no, I just running my mouth. Boon of irresistible offense.
Or peerless aim.
Bypass the damage. Yeah, I was thinking about peerless too. It's like what would help me the most.
Just add a flat
The fucking
plus
short.
20.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like a
Aaron.
guaranteed fucking hit. But
It might be good on the bosses.
Once per short rest.
You know,
Boon of recovery. You can use as a bonus action to regain a number of hit points equal to half your hit point maximum.
Yeah,
Gain
per long rest.
You gain 104 hit points. In addition,
Yeah.
you have second wind, which just gives you more self-healing.
Yeah.
now, Garm, what you should have done was the boon of undetectability because some of your stealth scores came out worse than mine, and mine are usually
Yeah,
bad.
but I counteracted that because now with the boon of skill proficiency, my stealth, even with a disadvantage, is a +5. So
I guess it's better than the +1 I got.
I'm more stealthy than you now.
Yeah.
What?
Boon of true sight. You have true sight of a range of 60 feet.
I have a +1 dex.
Dope. Yeah. I don't know.
Like my lowest bonus on skills is a +5. That's
Struggle
ridiculous.
for Dave. Like, holy fuck! I'm prepared for
It's
a
like I
lot.
got all these
for this
toys I can
decision.
play with.
It's like I need to draw 3 cards. I need to cast a spell. I don't know which one of these fucking things to choose.
I mean,
Yep, got Tyrael and Perrin.
Yeah, fuck. I wish Baron were talking right now. Buy me some more time. Fuck, it's hard. There's good ones, man. Some are permanent, like some are once per short rest or long rest.
being able to. So here's a question, because one of these boons lists 3 specific classes, and mine is not one of them. However, this was written before my class existed. And the classes it does list are Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard.
Oh yeah, he'd be fine. Which one are you looking at?
Well, the boon of spell mastery.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
I mean, being able to literally spam one of my first level spells.
You could just turn it into a cantrip, essentially.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
You can pick up Boon of Spell Mastery.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones I'm looking at. And then the boon of undetectability.
Where you literally can't be plus.
Would that mean that he doesn't need to wear the amulet anymore?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Exactly
That would give you an
means.
extra attunement slot. Yeah, not that you need it because you have fucking 4.
Look, items on my person that I don't use because I don't have attunement slots. Just so that we're aware.
Hey, Mike, quick question. When you can cast it at will, does that mean you can use it infinitely, or does it still cost spell slots?
No, it doesn't.
But no, it's
a cantrip.
using a spell slot.
Well, Thunderwave is a first level spell.
So you cantrip.
But at will means you don't use a spell slot.
Gotcha.
It even says in the
Cast
description.
Thunderwave every turn.
Nice.
Yeah, at will without
That's
using a spell
dope.
slot or any components. Me.
My other one I was looking at was the where is it? The boon of Fire Soul, so I could cast Burning Hands at will.
The boon of Stormborn is just dope too, especially knowing that we may face, the
It gives you immunity to 2 damage types.
I know, which is like, well, shit. Or then there's also like, which one was it? Boon of Magic Resistance, advantage on saving throws against all spells and other magical effects.
Which
I was thinking about that.
As long as you're near me, though, I think you get that regardless. Hang on, let me double check because
that comes from other things as well.
You have that regardless, so I wouldn't waste it on that.
Yeah, the Boon of Luck is ridiculous, but I mean the Boon of Fate's even better.
Yeah, it's once per rest though.
Yeah, but with the Boon of Fate, I can affect an enemy or ally.
Yeah, it's a penalty or a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like silver barbs, almost.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but I'm like, all right, like, well, what the fuck? Yeah, I could roll a 10 and it could be awesome, or I could roll a 1 and I can't try again until I've had a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Those words bother me. Why I'm looking like, should I take something that's just permanent?
And then
fortitude,
just because of who Perrin is, I was also looking at the Boon of Immortality.
Yeah, you won't die from aging. You'll have to be killed. Somebody will have to just kill you outright.
Yep.
Perrin's going to be the new big bad in the next campaign because he's immortal and has gone mad.
Just got bored. I am the boy now.
Perrin getting bored and going mad is a horrifying idea.
The effects of living in the salt waste for years finally catches up with him.
I'm Mechanist now.
I'm the captain now.
Damn it! I just accidentally deleted my tough feet trying to look at it.
No.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm doing the Boon of Undetectability because it frees up an attunement slot.
Nice. Plus you get
All right,
the 10
so
bonus
how do I
to spell
do
health
that?
checks.
See, I already have Lucky as a fucking feat, which gives me like 3 fucking, points to use on just re-rolling my dice or re-rolling my enemy's dice.
And you
Plus
took
all
that
the others.
elven accuracy, right? Which gives you triple advantage. You roll 3d20s instead of 2.
Damn.
Remember, now I'm in the fucking character sheet screen trying to fix my fucking the thing that I did. Mother trucker. I gotta choose a fucking boon. The proficiency thing is cool too, man. Having a +6 in all thing. That could make him pretty cool, but those are mostly checks and shit. Man, I'm so bad with options. This is kind of cruel, man. History, insight. I mean, I'm proficient in everything I need to be proficient in.
Boon of indecisiveness.
No shit. I'm a very indecisive motherfucker. Oh, you can play near dim light. You can become invisible. As an action. That's cool, though. Invisible fucking motherfucker shooting arrows and bolts at you.
Well, the second you fire, you become visible again.
Yep, see, that's why that thing sucks. I didn't even think it was cool.
At least the first one's
Yeah.
going to be something like a sneak attack. It'll be a surprise round.
Guaranteed, like, where was it? It was, oh, you motherfucker. Nope, it was the, I'm sorry, people. True sight. Nope, that's not it. What the cunt was it called? You was saying, once per short rest, it's like a guaranteed hit. And I am the ranged fighter, so I guess it makes sense. It would have been cool to have 40 hit points, though. Every level, I already gained 2, like an extra 2 hit points per level. I gained, if you take tough, you get hit points equal to twice your level. So it's like 34 right now. Yeah, alright, Peerless Aim.
Alright.
That's a guaranteed hit, and that could be really good.
Especially when you combine it with your ability to lose attack value to add more damage. Guaranteed
Yeah,
hit.
it's a guaranteed hit with an automatic 10 added to it. Yeah, it makes sense. Now I gotta get my hit points back.
Hey DM, I found the list of boons on the Beyond character sheet, and it's saying for boon of skill, it says to increase one ability score of your choice by 1, gain proficiency on skills, and you choose one skill that you're lacking in expertise and gain expertise. Are we using that one, or are we going just by what you were saying? By
going by 5e.
5e. So
those are the updated options.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
All feats have been like amped.
Okay, so that's the 2024
like almost
one. Okay.
all of them.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. I wish we had them rules. My level would already be a demigod. Go fight void by my fucking self. Ridiculous. Where the fuck is
Take that light web with you. You can fight him by yourself.
Yeah, I bet the light web wouldn't even fucking obliviate me.
It would take a while to kill you. The fucking void might do it, but the web does.
Alright, so you guys now stand at the base of the great tree. Its leaves continuing to fall as it becomes more and more bare. And the uneasy feeling of not knowing where to go by being in the living wood disappears.
Sorry, what
you feel you feel as if you can detect a true heading with ease now.
Oh.
Well, let's head back into town before something else decides to come out and kill us.
I don't know if those map makers are going to be super excited or super disappointed.
Well, the challenge will have gone away.
As we're heading out, I just want to make it's a really no importance, but I just feel like I want to make a like a small effigy or like what do you call those? Sort of like a gravestone kind of thing made out of rocks just at the base of the tree. Cover with any sort of leaves that may not be like all crumbled or anything.
Okay.
Carrick will assist him in that endeavor.
I'll pray to the one. How these fucking savage heathens are playing with their fucking rocks.
Yeah, and I'll basically just
Prick.
thank him for these gifts and assure that they will go to good use in fighting the void.
All right. What's your heading?
Back to town.
Oh.
Town.
Get the carriage back and get some new donkeys.
Yeah.
Which after 9 months is probably like a mess or like completely looted.
Right, we can teleport home, right? Like we do have that ability to the keep. Did we have a teleportation circle
I
yet?
believe Talnod has the spell.
You guys gonna leave
Better.
the wagon back in town?
Oh, I want to pick up the wagon.
I was just asking because whenever we're done in town, Tyrael's going home for a minute.
Yeah, and you guys' ship is docked on the coast
Yes, but
north.
some good things have happened. We've got ships. We've got. Hey, how's our airship doing? It's been 9 months. Oh wait, no, that was a group thing. It wouldn't have been lost with parent shit. We paid for all that. Something.
We haven't teleported yet, have we?
No.
No.
Because
No, we're going to town.
Okay.
I just want to be able to go home quickly.
Yeah, because there's something I just want to do in town before we leave.
Should we send word to the captain and sail back over to the Brinelands?
Yeah,
We
tell him to
gotta
learn
get
how to teleport like a big boy.
Yes, you can.
We gotta get the wagon there first. Because
Well, I
we
mean,
can't
sailing,
teleport the wagon.
yeah,
Why
but
not?
sailing takes time. We can go ahead and let him go now, so that we'll be back in our territory, away from Valador. You know,
Yeah.
just
Okay.
in case someone decides to come snooping where they're docked.
Then what are we doing with the wagon? Because we can't teleport it. He either has to wait for us to get the wagon there, or we have to go overland with the wagon.
Well, we're close to the. How close to where the ship is docked is the where we are right now?
We gotta cross back through the Hill Giant territory, back through town, and all the spaces between
Ma-
that. How many days journey do you think that would be, Mike?
About 2 weeks.
Okay, we.
So how
Why can't we teleport the wagon? Yeah. What are you talking about? Why not?
Like the spell that lets you teleport yourself and other people, not items.
Are you
I know, but we have a teleportation circle.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't know, man. Figure out what you're gonna do. You see if you even have anything in there anymore, Mr. Sneak It Off and drawing cards.
Yeah, you could just empty
I'm
out
assuming everybody's chastising him
the
relentlessly.
wagon in it.
Nobody knows I have drawn cards.
We know you did something.
But we know.
Can you reduce the wagon size?
By half. Which I think is still too large to be picked up and carried. Although we have a portable hole, I should be
There
able to
we
reduce
go.
it by half.
Reduce
Reduce it by half.
Mike,
Put it
did
in a
I
portable
not say
hole.
that 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, Cleric did.
No,
I was
you
waiting
didn't.
for you guys would come to a conclusion, but you guys were beyond it.
Shit.
Your guys' next step was obviously, well, let's leave the fucking wagon.
No, we were going to take the wagon back to
We,
I was going to suggest we message the captain to get the wagon and take it back to the ship and then sail back.
I was gonna leave no matter what. Not my wagon. I got a wife that doesn't give a shit about your wagon.
Not my wagon, not my problem. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Hide your money, hide your wagons.
So
Oh,
we go back
goodness.
to town, shrink the wagon, put it in the hole, teleport all of our asses, and have the ship sail back while we're making our way back to town.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so let's
Yep.
do that. Carrick will pull out the diplomat's pouch for the captain of the ship and let him know to set sail back home, and we'll start our way back to Veridon.
Fucking damn, man. This map is huge. It is mine nuts. How do I smell that?
Take you guys a few days by foot to make it back to Veridon.
Oh, that's the name of the town, ain't it?
Is the rest of the forest like withering or turning into like an autumnal kind of leaf foliage? Like some great sign to everyone in the woods that something has changed besides the lack of direction?
Nope.
Okay.
So
Yeah, these
my
people were
forest-
crazy about the woods.
The forest itself is no longer magical.
It's just a forest now.
It's just a
Congrats.
forest.
Congrats, guys! We broke the lost woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's like this whole town exists because we just fucking kill the town. We get the turtle in the town.
Killed all of their tourism, their economy, their trade.
How long did you say?
Whoops.
How long did you say it was going to take us to walk back?
About 3 days.
Got a spyglass though.
Where'd you
No
get a
events in
spyglass?
between here and there. I take it.
I jacked one off a cantankerous old map maker.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you jack one on.
Knew it. Knew it.
I was waiting for
let that
something
go.
to say.
Ariel doesn't have a fucking clue about spyglass. That's all he heard. Like, was it me in my sleep?
It gets
Pretty
longer
bad.
when you want to see farther.
Pretty uneventful.
I-
Few days back.
Thank
Oh,
goodness.
good.
Yeah.
A simple
surprised
stroll
it
Just
through
in
the,
boring old woods.
a simple stroll through the woods.
I'm surprised we didn't pass by like 10 map makers that were confused. It was so easy.
What the fuck?
Is the giant tree in the center gone? Is the great tree gone?
It's still there. It's just barren.
It's just barren.
It went the Great Decker Tree.
So sad.
Thine time has ended.
How much did we pay for the storage of the wagon? Was it a year?
Longer than you would think.
Well, I mean, that's kind of important information since 9 freaking months have passed.
We'll find out, won't we?
We will.
Strange. Your horses just disappeared all of a sudden one day.
You guys
Come
make
back
it
to
back to
Big Old Crazy
Veradon. The hustle and bustle of the town, definitely not what it was when you guys first showed up. There are still mappers, definitely some confusion about the loss of the forest magic, for sure. Just from the mappers that are walking freely in and out of the forest as you guys approach. But the town is mostly quiet. Some of the homes that you see are barricaded up. They have their windows shuttered. People are quietly moving about the streets. There's an uneasiness in the air.
Is there a going out of business sale at the market?
Or the Mappers Guild.
Not yet.
Can I buy 2 for 1 at the magic potion shop?
I just ask our townsfolk that I see with a glum face, like, what's wrong? What happened? What's going on? Seems dead around here.
Say the world has changed. And have you not heard the? She stops and looks and she says,
Oh my god, you're Tyrael!
You guys started out mapping almost a year ago?
Yeah.
She was like,
We
I
found
thought
the
I recognized you. And then she spits when she sees Carrick. I remember you. Tried to burn down our church.
He wanted to put it out. And we all threw fucking fruit at him because he burns churches. Remember, I was the guy with the water?
Kid pops out from behind a corner. That's the bad man.
I said I'm sorry.
Laughing.
I-
He goes, Drill told me about this.
I'm just gonna like nonchalantly just like sort of like push characters, just like keep going, don't mind.
Lorelai distances herself, joins in with the crowd.
I throw a cabbage at him. Try to get that
Carrick?
started again.
A small
Yeah.
crowd begins to gather, and they're all eyeballing you, and you're getting questions just thrown at you. You guys were in there longer than anybody we can recall in recent times. What did you find? Why is the forest no longer doing what it does? Why does it seem as if the magic is gone?
The bad man killed it. Point at Kara.
Tell them the truth. Or
Oh, no.
There's another church at the center of the woods, and we found it, and he burnt it down.
Kara's like public enemy number 1 in Valador.
They all start booing.
This is not a very heroic party anymore.
I'm just kidding. Do we want to tell them the truth? Like, I mean, if the people know the truth about what's going on,
yes.
Are they
later on we may have allies.
I know it's rare for Talnod. He goes, just tell them the truth. It's not like they're going to believe us anyway.
how out of curiosity?
Say 4 minutes.
The church,
here.
they'll believe me. I'm also a king.
Persuasion.
Out of curiosity, how much do they understand about the forest? Like, do they know that what was his name? Was like the avatar of the forest?
No,
Ophelia?
They just
Ophelia?
they've been trying to map the middle of the forest to solve its.
Okay.
I start telling them. I might just start telling them.
I'm going to let them know, explain to them that we found sort of the embodiment of the living woods.
Hey, you mean you got proficiency in persuasion and performance? Give a grand speech.
Yeah.
That'd be good though.
I have expertise in persuasion.
Just sit next to me.
I'm going to help you with that because I also have fucking advantage on my speech. So go for it, man.
So
I
will
do performance.
Let's see. Persuasion.
Take advantage on that too.
Performance roll.
Oh, performance?
Yeah, you're not persuading them.
Oh, sorry.
You're telling a story.
Okay. How do I do that with advantage?
Karen
There we
will
go.
take out his flute for musical effect.
No, we're hiding.
There we
here,
go,
man.
29.
We're just gonna make things worse. Gonna light a church on fire with it.
The crowd begins to gather as you tell the tale. I mean, larger than it was before. Within minutes, word has begun to spread, and people begin running up from all over, coming out of nearby homes and houses to hear the story of what happened in the Living Wood.
Remember, these people are from all over.
You see people writing down notes as you're talking. You see people's eyes go wide, an exclamation as you come across parts. As you explain how Will helped guide you through the maze. You see people slap their foreheads and, of course. I'm an idiot. I should have known. And, all in all, people are excited over your victory. They get to witness a piece of, a bit of history and be in this moment where they get to meet the people who made it to the center of the maze. And as you finish, one of those in the crowd says, "So you're going to help the world then?" Because news has
Talnod just goes, "Oh shit."
As mappers, as you know, we come from all over. And the world is not okay right now. Metamora is suffering under the Valadorian rule.
The void.
Well, we did. That was part of the story. I asked him, we've told you every bit of the truth of what's been happening, what happened in the woods. But we've been in there, as we've just recently learned, 9 months. So now I'm asking all of you, what has been happening from anywhere and everywhere, since I know you're from all over the world.
What do you know of the world at this moment, is what he's asking. Talnod will say.
He says the Harsvain territories are rent asunder. From last I heard, they're heading into the territories as directly to Ophiuchus. For whatever reason, the Avatar and Emperor seek greatly to destroy the tomb there. I don't know why. The rest of the Valadorian territories are in upheaval. It's martial law across the board. There's some resistance in Valador, last I heard. the people there, formed some sort of underground. The bulk of those from Scunland have fled. They now joined forces with the Asians. No word from Tarut. There hasn't been much word from Tarut anyway over the years. And Gliatith is all but overrun. Blackburn, the only remaining bastion of hope for the entire continent. I mean, the world's in shambles, and Valador's at the center of it all. I don't know what Deacon Victus is, the avatar of Tempest, as you say, but from what you've told us, he's something far darker. And to think that a god is trapped on our world as recounts the telling of your story. He says, if it's one thing we're good at, it's mapping and an exchange of information and words. And he kind of looks to the rest of the crowd gathered. He says, it would be an honor and privilege to help you spread this word. He says,
it needs to be spread.
He says, we don't just make maps here. He says, we know the secret paths everywhere.
We could use information like that.
Especially spreading
it. Getting on radars. Well, no.
People need to know what Deacon Victus is.
In fact,
know what's happening, because as far as the world knows right now, it's just an emperor expanding his, backed by the church.
In fact, we do have a keep. What do you know of the Brine Lands? We have been gone a while, but you can set up a home shop there if you need to.
He says Veridon's mostly gone unnoticed. He says if we're going to be an information hub, he says here would make sense. The leader of the Mappers Guild, steps forward. Ennis, he says, I will set up a shop at your keep. He says, and I can have the mappers come through there. He says, but Veridon will be the primary hub. He says it's all mappers know how to get here from anywhere. He says, and the Brinelands is included crossing mountains. Mm-hmm. It's a long way off. He says that's hard travel.
Yeah, that's why we're teleporting there. It was mentioned that you guys all know like the secret ways and hidden ways to get anywhere. We could use something like that because we're going to be on radars soon.
He says we have maps to everywhere. He says, but if you can teleport,
we can.
But maybe not teleport to everywhere.
He says no. In which case, I can get you a map to anywhere.
That would be very helpful.
Get us other teleportation circles that would be friendly for us. That would be amazing.
Well, not only that, I could just cast the spell teleport, and as long as I've seen the place, I can get you there.
And since you're from Gliatith, that gives us an advantage on coming in and out of Gliatith undetected.
Indeed.
So you guys have the Blackburn Circle. Sarkal picked up the Hallisfeld Circle while he was there. He would give you the one at the base of Garen's Reach.
Good
He would give you the location of the teleportation circle in Junog.
That's titties. Good. So
that is
good.
All titties.
What was that last teleportation circle? You said Junon?
Junog.
Junog.
The west side of
Scunland.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
It's also something you drink around Christmas time, pal. Well, or in this case, I'm sorry, it's Junog, it's Hanukkah.
Johnny, don't ever change. Don't ever change.
Junog, it's made out of fucking gefilte fish.
Well, it sounds like we have a shortcut to one of Garm's,
You still have to make it to the circle. He doesn't have the telephone number for the circles. He just has the locations.
You still got to get there.
That's the place I want to go. 8675309. That one. Where's that go?
Although my thinking in my head, I am sort of aiming towards Garen's Well.
So, how's the carriage that we left all those months ago?
Oh, the horses are dead. They're like skeletons at this point in time.
No, they just frickin' vanished.
There's a wheel missing.
So we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened to the steeds that drew. He says they just overnight apparently vanished. He says no idea. He says, but I'm not going to charge you for keeping the stable masters. I'm not going to charge, those who may potentially save the material realm for storing their wagon.
You're welcome, Darren.
9 months. You owe me 10 platinum.
Plus interest.
Thank you very much.
So what's your heading?
Grab the cart, teleport back home, I imagine. Anyone opposed?
Not right now.
No, I gotta go home.
Okay.
To which you just go, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and take care of my turkey. Takes an hour to draw up a fucking circle.
Does anyone in the town need our teleportation circle coordinates before we head out? For anyone that actually happens to have the spell there?
The map makers, they definitely need that.
No, we
That's
don't want to
some
just
serious
hand
information.
that out because then people.
Yeah,
can
that's a
walk
bad-
into our keep.
Yeah, that's true. It's like
Yeah.
right in the middle
They
of the
got fucking horses, man. They can come to the gate.
Aren't they
they have
allies?
their
And aren't
paper.
we a continent away? I mean, this would kind of really make things easy. Like, just drop one child through with a message.
Actually,
No.
there was something that Carrick meant to ask was now that there's no magical interference in the woods, if the mappers can look on the far northwest end for any passages into the mountains that lead into our territory.
Oh, it could be a
That would
shortcut.
useful information.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
You see them take that. And
Yeah.
just a nod.
Yeah, I don't want people just being able to teleport into our keep, man. We got a German-sounding dwarf at the gate. Says, "Papers, please."
I was gonna say, that's why you set up a guard, man. We have guards. We have a
But-
dragon. He could just nest there.
The teleportation circle is inside the middle of our main building.
Yeah,
So no,
Glory to the
which
Brine lands.
which prompts a good contingency. We should probably ask Ed and Will to make a second teleportation circle somewhere in the territory away from the keep.
Tell
That way-
do you understand that'll take a year?
Yeah.
It took a long time last time.
Yeah, we had to wait a year, but that is just something for future reference, perhaps even in like a sequel campaign,
Wait, you can
Also,
ask
that
them when
one
we get home.
that one necessarily wouldn't be for us. It'd be for everyone else visiting.
Hmm.
Oh, so that's what Sarkal has been doing all this time.
Bro, I can feel my wife getting shitty and my kid getting daddy issues. Let's go.
You're
Yeah.
a little late for that.
I'm seriously.
It's been
about to
9
just-
months.
Talnod takes his staff of the python and goes, ooh, I do like this. Yes, let's go. Tap, tap.
So, Mike, before you begin narrating our homecoming, should we take a break because we're about
Yes.
halfway through now? I could definitely
we'll
use
take
the
a-
trip.
Yes.
We'll take a 10-minute break.
All right.
Yep.
And Retcon Garm said he wanted to do something, and
Oh,
And then we'll retcon
Yes.
that real quick before we go. We'll just 10-minute
Yep.
break real fast and come back and
Okay.
finish up.
cool.
Yep.
Garm
Oh.
wanted to do something before you guys actually tell.
I
Yeah.
can do all that stuff.
So, quickly, I wanted to go back into the Church of Many Faiths. As I'm going in, just before I do that, I want to take a look into my pouch because during our travels through the Living Wood, I've been picking up, like various seeds from the various foliage that I found. Do I still have those, or was that like part of the magic that went away?
Still have those.
Okay.
If there was any magic contained within that plant, it no longer magical.
No, I was just collecting the various seeds. I'm gonna go into the church and I'm gonna talk to. I was trying to find her name again. I cannot.
Chrysanthemum?
Chris, that was it. And I wanted to just talk to her and say, as during our travels through the Living Wood, I came across many of these different trees and bushes and foliage from what seemed to be different locations, and I collected the seeds, and I wanted to offer them to you as sort of like a gift to you and to the wild mother.
She would blush as you give her the gift of seeds and flora, fauna, leaves. And
maybe it can brighten up certain parts of the this church for you.
She smiles and says, "The gift of seed and plant is how you court in our culture."
We'll give her a seat, all right.
I don't know if Dragonborns blush, but my scales turn like a glowy burnt red.
She gently places her hand on your hand to accept the gift and brushes your hand gently as she brushes her hand and smiles at you.
Yes.
I will.
Girlfriend.
Great game.
Yeah, I don't know what more to say. I will smile at her. I will sort of give her a slight bow and sort of give her not like a promise, but I'll visit again.
She says, "You better."
As soon as I can. Like I explain to her like what the situation is, of course, so she has some sort of understanding of what's going on. But I assume that she was part of the group that was listening to our performance. So.
Yep.
So.
Bye, honey. I gotta go home and save the world.
I must go. My people need me.
This is the best. Not only that, when you said I don't want to give her not a promise, I was like, oh my god, are you going to give her a promise ring?
No.
Shit myself.
It's a wreath, guys. Come on.
Tiny wreath.
Yes, a tiny wreath.
You have Garmilla Thrax has gained the favor of Lady Chrysanthemum. And then you guys teleport back home.
That was so cute.
This is the
Dragonborn got game, son.
This is the best day of my week. This is great. Oh, I have not laughed this hard in a while.
Mike, what you got?
Is there a shop I could sell items in Brineville?
In Brineville? Yeah. You guys' town and be able to accommodate quite a few things.
Okay. I've got to sell some items.
You got a +2 rapier?
Well, you guys teleport in, and Ed and Will both raise their eyebrows as you teleport in and look at each other and look back to you. Took you guys long enough.
Yeah,
You know what's happening out here?
We've gotten some word at the town. It's not good from what we've been told.
We're working on it.
Will says, "What's the saying that they use down at the docks? Damn right, it's not good." That's right, Will.
That's a saying? That's a saying? Okay.
I thought that was just what everyone said.
That was very good, Will. You did that well. Thanks, Ed.
Look, bring us up to speed. We'll fucking take care of it. We need to know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll compare notes with them with what we heard back in Veridon and see if they found anything else out.
By the way, Tyrael needs to see his wife and kid, like, stat.
Yeah, Tyrael just rushed off to see Mary. He didn't even wait.
Gone.
Ed looks at Will, and Will looks back at Ed and then looks at Tyrael and says, "Your wives and children are waiting for you."
Wives?
Plural?
Uh-oh.
Did the giantess come too?
Oh no, she has a child too. I knew it.
Lorelai goes invisible so she can watch this interaction.
I love this.
And then
This
he
is
says,
the
"We'll
best.
9
Will
months.
says we'll start with home. It took us 3 months to get the gnomes under control." He says there were way more than 300. He says,
What?
there's some 1,500 to 2,000 gnomes wandering on the mountainside in the forest. He says we've banished them to the other side of the lake. He says they've dug in and entrenched and have fortified that area. As long as we don't go in there, they don't steal any more of our sheep and crop.
What about our giants? What about our cyclops? Is he not helping with the herd?
He says he's part of the reason they're banished.
I was gonna take some boulders.
He says
Caught them fucking the sheep, I see.
He says they think everything is theirs. That they're slowly understanding best to just leave them be for now. He says we told them that is their area and that belongs to them. We just gave it to them. They have some 60, 70 acres of mountainside that they're content with. He says they're terrible traders. He says it's mostly rocks and sticks they try to offer us for anything. He says
Guys, I regret ever fucking bringing these gnomes on board.
I mean, it was better to leave them defenseless in the Underdark, but still, yeah, this is kind of a nuisance now.
He says the trade-off is they're scrappy in a fight.
That's good.
So do we have an alliance, Talnod would ask. I mean, it's kind of the, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, but if anyone fucks with either of us, we all jump on it, right?
Ed holds up both of his pointer fingers and does air quotes and says, "Alliance, yes." And Will says 2 fingers, and he says,
We're frenemies.
2 fingers the second time.
You guys are doing so good at trying to human.
I kind of want to know, how did they piss off Yormos? What did they try to take from him?
It was Thomas.
Oh, Thomas.
He said they were ready to go into the Brinelands and start settling down. He says they made off with about half of his goats.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Damn, that's a lot.
And it took us weeks to get them all back. He was like, there's a pile, probably 4 or 5 tons of rock that we had to trade them in exchange for the goats. He said nothing makes sense about them. It's fine though. It's fine.
Priorities.
We got it under control. That's all that matters. He says, as far as that goes, it takes care of most of the home front. The Brinelands have seceded from Valador. Let's see. And then, yeah, that's all of the local information that we have.
What kind of backlash?
Oh, the Brinelands have succeeded from Valador, you say?
Seceded.
Seceded.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
We succeeded the throne. We are now the rulers.
He says the Brinelands are now an independent state. They
Yes,
fare
I
well
know
for
exactly what you mean.
the blockade, the loss of Takara as a whole, which is now a staging point for the Valadorians. He says, but the Druids have done a pretty great job, I would say. They haven't stepped yet.
How are our people?
They're downplaying all of this. What was the question?
What was that thing they haven't done what yet? Because you kind of cut off on the audio.
No, they haven't made it to our doorstep.
That's good.
He says, we've played neutral the best we can. He says, without you here, nobody else knew what to do, so we have just been doing our best to do nothing whenever they send envoys, emissaries, etc., telling them that you will return, etc., etc.
That means we probably have a lot of messages sitting on office desks.
He opens up a cupboard, and I'm talking papers just pour out of it and hit the floor.
Oh, jeez.
He says, yes, you do.
Okay, so we haven't returned yet.
He says, but you have.
But we
You
have.
are.
Wait,
He says, I don't understand.
Wait,
The people do
No.
not know we have returned yet, and we should probably keep them in the dark about that for
Yeah,
the
He
moment.
says, then say that.
sheesh.
Let's say that. We've been doing this for 9 months. We are done.
Just there are two type of people in
You
this world.
want.
Those that can extrapolate from incomplete information.
Well said.
Yes.
Said.
Will looks at Ed and says, I don't understand.
We've got this. Let's let everyone be updated. Just the people who need to know that we are back. Everyone else are in the dark.
Don't tell anybody. Spread the word.
Ed pulls out a pen and a quill and paper, and then you say that, and then he puts it up. He's like, who do we tell? Or do you prefer to tell them?
Might be easier to if we told them.
Says, fine.
Then
There's nothing else you need from us. I have more reading to do.
Could you also continue to remain neutral when they send envoys and messages?
He sighs and says, yes.
Thank you.
And then doesn't respond to your thank you and turns and goes back to his book.
Caution.
Just jealous that I'm smarter than him.
These are basically aliens living in your keep. They have very little understanding of much.
Like I said, he's just jealous that I'm smarter than him.
All right, so Tyrael, I assume you're ready to dart out.
Mary stays in the keep, so he wouldn't have to actually leave it to go see her. And plus, he's got that disguise self, so he can just walk across the courtyard and no one even knows him.
Yeah, what's your plan, Tyrael? What's your plan of attack of the situation? Hearing plurals on these.
Wives.
Serial, you're muted. If you are talking, you are muted.
Did he fall back asleep?
He can't find his bananas, guys. That's
You
it.
can't laugh, Tal. Not you've done it too.
I know I have.
Like we heard you snoring.
I was going to say, I snored on camera, sir. So, yeah, we're good.
Tyrael.
Tyrael.
Hello. Uh-oh.
You might have ran to the restroom or something real quick.
Doesn't he take it to the restroom with him though?
Yeah.
He's mobile.
What's funny is if he has his laptop on and he's in the bathroom, he can hear us yelling at him. So just everyone go, Tyrael, go. Go, Tyrael, go. Everyone cheer him on.
It's like that one dude from the first Austin part say, yeah, you got that, sir. You show that turd. Awesome.
But he doesn't have his laptop on because it's not booting up.
Oh.
No, instead he's on his phone with earbuds, so yeah, he can definitely hear us if he's got his earbuds.
Oh yeah.
Who does
No, my
my
earphones were out. I just got a confrontation with my fucking landlord. Well, my ex-landlord. Yeah, I'm having to leave here in a bad way. I was trying to be gone before they got back up in Florida, but they came back early. I didn't get out of there. Can't fucking stand it. These motherfuckers like would police how much I could use my own air conditioning.
Really?
Yeah, well, because if the more I use it, the closer it is to eventually wearing out and them having to fucking pay for it.
Oh no, God forbid they have to upkeep the building they own.
Yeah. The woman's own husband has ratted on her. She is literally the lady that sits at the windows all day, just spying on other people, and often with binoculars.
So, she's the rat. Got it.
So she would bitch me out because, and she would tell me exactly how many times my AC kicked on during the day, and it's like 80 or 95 degrees outside in a house that's built, that's a garage that was built onto with not one sealed fucking window or door in the fucking place. That's what I've been putting up with. I'm fucking pissed, livid.
Yeah, sounds like a sentiment.
Well, how are
anyway, so I'm sorry I missed this. So you guys were in town.
No, they dealt with William and Edmund, learned that the Brinelands have become an independent state, separating themselves from Valador. There's now a blockade, and Valador controls Dakara, the port.
Oh, damn. So they're close to home.
The druids and the denizens of the Brinelands are meeting the Valadorians with resistance, keeping them contained, you would assume, within Dakara so far. But the Valadorians haven't made any real moves. They've just locked down the area, you would imagine. But yeah, now before anybody's moved on, I was kicking it to you. How are you dealing with the plural situation?
The plural situation?
You have
wives and
you have wives
and children waiting for you.
So what do you do?
Okay, hold on a second. I only have one wife. The thing to the giant didn't really happen. Even she agreed to that. It was all bullshit. And so that's that.
Ed would say there's no giant woman. He says there's women. I thought women that marry your children are wives.
Oh no.
Children?
He's coming back to haunt him.
Who's talking to me right now? Who's talking to me?
Ed and Will, the aliens.
Okay, so tell me, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, so you think that like a woman that has given birth to my spawn is a wife? Not true. So file that one away. 2, the fuck are you talking about, bro?
What time is it? Mary should be in the courtyard with Kira and Nora, and there's 2 green ones that look alike. They're called twins.
Oh my god.
What's a Kira and a Nora?
And then I can't remember if Kira or Nora the twins belong to. He says, but the other little boy, he was just born a few days ago.
Wait, what?
Okay, you said you got out.
Yeah, Kira.
What did you say about
Kira gave birth a few days ago. Nora has the twins. They're all green.
Who's Kira and who's Nora, bro? Who are they?
Also, a couple days ago.
Explain to me.
He says, prostitutes.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, they use fake names. They're with my wife?
Yes, they're all quite friendly with each other.
Oh, Jesus
I fucking
Christ.
bet they are. So I've got my son, and I've got.
Which one?
Oh yeah, hold on. I've got my big boy, and I've got twins and a newborn son.
Correct.
Are the twins girls or boys?
Boys.
So we're going to destroy pillars, right? Why are we here? I gotta go deal with some shit. All right, introduce me to my fucking brood.
Wait, they don't know you're back. We can just keep them as part of the people that we don't tell.
We can kill them all if we need to.
No, the one would be awfully upset at me. I gotta go. Introduce me to these women.
Good luck.
Because I don't remember.
Oh my god, Tyrion's the rooster of the house. It's all hens, and he's just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and
well, I've been fucking anticipating some bullshit for a while. Alright, so did these women work at Mary's place?
Yes.
Former place. So yeah, no wonder they're fucking friends. Well, she knows about it. We're cool. I'm going down there and talking. She knows who I fucked in there.
Just be sure to disguise yourself. Remember, no one else knows we're here.
I mean, she was one of them.
But still disguise yourself. The rest of the people in the keep don't need to know we're here.
Why don't you wait? What am I missing there? Why don't you want to be seen here?
Because
tell our boys to wear it.
That whole last conversation.
When he was here.
No, what did you say, Carrick?
So we decided to not announce that the heroes have returned, but until we can get a better handle on things that are going on. Perrin, do you want to explain?
Okay, because Valador keeps sending embassies and envoys to us with messages asking us to take sides or do stuff. And our 2 spokes aliens here have been very helpful so far and just kept us very neutral, saying that they pass the messages on to us when we get back. So if no one knows we came back and we take care of our business and just have our couple, 1 or 2 retainers know that we're here and handle the stuff for us, then all of a sudden we can still maintain this, hey, they just haven't come back, and so we can keep our territory neutral for the time being. And what
happens when they decide?
Can your concubines keep their mouths shut? Is the biggest thing.
Man, you need to be careful talking about my brood.
Also, no, they can't.
Well, how long do you think that they're just going to keep sending emissaries before they decide? Okay, well, we know that there's a lot of resources and people in there, and their powerful heroes just are gone. So let's just go take it.
So you're right? That is a worry and a concern, and I understand. But the thing is, pretty soon we are going to be actively opposing the Void, either by attacking the Void, freeing Tempest, whatever our next step is going to reveal our intent anyway.
Right, so this place needs to be protected before we do anything. They need to have a fucking fire escape fucking plan, something.
Which we can put in place here now, but the thing is, if an invoice shows up while we're here still, we don't want them to know we're here yet.
Yeah, well, I still got to talk to my wife, and it's going to happen. So I'll go talk to her, and as far as can they keep a secret, she's my wife. And she's also their ex-boss, so, there's some authority.
Yeah, but don't do it in the courtyard is all we're asking. Have some.
My wife was literally the best whore. That's why she got a ring, and the other 2 don't. And I don't remember their names. I'm going to talk to my whore wife.
100 years, Tyrael's kin has taken hold of this entire land.
I got my disguise fucking hat. Okay. I fucking Gandalf my fucking way over to my fucking private quarters and summon my brood.
Summon my brood.
Just you wait. This is my next epic boon.
Boon of the brood.
Playing Crusader Kings 3. I really do. This is great.
This isn't polygamy. I'm not in a relationship with their mothers. Just my children.
All right, so
I sneak. Nobody knows I'm here, and all they know is they've been summoned to me and my wife's quarters.
Ooh, kinky.
My kids are there, bro.
So they come meandering in, confused. The small brood in tow. You have, your firstborn. He's roughly 2.5 now. Toddler comes, bobbling in with these 2 twins about a year. They come, or about 1.5 years old. They come teeter-tottering in behind him. And then Kira comes in carrying the newborn. And, they're confused. Are you still wearing the disguise?
Once they all get in, I shut the door.
They're confused, as to why this man has summoned them to the bedroom, to their quarters. Well, to Mary's quarters, I should say. Mm-hmm. And then you drop the disguise, and instantaneously, Mary smacks the shit out of you.
Damn! I thought this was going to go well.
You thought wrong.
She says, I can't believe you would abandon all of us for this long. She says, if you were here, we would have brought Serena over too with your other son.
Motherfucker!
The blockade has prevented this, though. She says, it's none of these women's fault that your seed is strong.
Oh, it's definitely my fault.
And Kira says, you're paying to take care of us, correct? And Nora says, yeah. How are you going to get Serena here?
Hold on now. This isn't fucking Torch. Look, I got my king. I got a castle. Ain't no problems. First off, like,
since when?
Oh,
what? How did you become a king? Is that what you were doing in 9 months? Do you have a queen?
You. I'm trying here.
I am laughing
Her
so
hand
hard.
against to go back when you say she's your queen.
This is the best. Oh my god! Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's how we show affection to each other. That's how orcs impregnate women.
Arrows to the chest.
No. I let her talk. I let her finish. Like, genuinely wait for. I know better than to interrupt that woman.
It goes on for a solid 5-minute tirade with both the other ladies behind her, like nodding and going, "Yup, mm-hmm."
Yeah. Okay. So once they've gotten that out of their system, I explain to them what has happened.
Okay. So.
Yeah, like it matters. Fuck all, sir.
I explain.
Good luck.
Let me explain.
Did you cut out? I kind of dropped off.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, no, I walked back to get my lighter.
I had to get my lighter.
You explain what's going on.
Yeah, until I explain, like, so they know, like, the whole blockade where apparently I've got another damn son. Why? And what's happening and who's behind it and how much worse, to the point of literal oblivion, it's gonna get if I'm not out there fighting it and beating it and ending it. If I don't, I can't protect my family.
You have me here at home, Tyrael. You need to be present in these boys' lives.
Well, good thing is I live.
They don't care about anything you're saying. They're just they're just mad. Kira and Nora still hasn't told us how he's going to pay for us to, I don't know, live.
I love how kids are probably doing this match thing of just face to face to face to face to face to face.
Ladies of the night are. I take like 2 separate coin pouches, like this, with gold. And a platinum piece each, because I still got like several of them just sitting there because I thought it'd be cool to have them. And I toss them, and I know that their core reflexes will snatch that shit out of the air like a bat gets a fucking mosquito. And they can tell me exactly what's in it by the fucking hit of it hitting their hand.
Nora says, Kira has more than me. I didn't see you count it. She's got 14 gold pieces heavier than I am.
Yeah, I know your whore tricks. They're even. I counted them before I fucking put them in there. I heard about you on my way back. Because I can't remember your name doesn't mean I don't remember your tricks.
You're killing somebody back here.
Talon is literally just in tears behind you. Just it's no, you're alone. Never mind.
Isn't he having this conversation alone? I don't think you're there.
Yeah, no, you weren't fucking invited. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, Mary, she once they're calmed down, the other 2 ladies, calming down by being given gifts of gold.
Yeah.
Obviously, are a little more even keeled now. And Mary says, "Well,
oh yeah, I gave them money and let her run her mouth."
I don't understand. This is something you have to do, but you better not die. Promise me you'll never die."
We all die.
She says,
I know what you mean.
Promise.
I promise.
Ooh.
Fine, now leave.
Yeah, it's a covenant
Fine, now
between. Well, when Tyrell makes a promise like that, it's a covenant between him and the One. Like I
I was
can't.
about to say, dude, yeah, that's one of those like fucking promises.
If I lie to my wife, I lie to the One.
Yep.
So it means I intend to live with every fucking molecular fucking ethereal atom of my soul.
So what you say is
It doesn't mean that I will.
Good idea.
What?
So what you said is, if you're gonna survive, you'll stand right next to the wizard. Good idea.
What the fuck is a wizard? What does that have to do with it? I don't know what you mean.
I don't know where that came from either.
Yeah, I don't know what wizard. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I mean it as much as I possibly can. I know she's just upset because I've been gone, so I let her yell. See, D&D's not so much of a fucking fantasy, is it? And I want to be introduced to my children, damn it. I didn't know I had what are these twins? I know I got a newborn baby boy. What are the twins?
They don't have names yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, what are they? Boy, girl?
They're all boys. You have all sons. Serena, as far as you know, also has a son. You have 5 sons.
Son of a bitch.
This is Kingdom Crusader Kings 3. This is
I almost want a little girl just to break up the fucking pattern, but that's at least only 5 dicks I got to worry about, so that's good. Let's see. I have to think of names for him. Like
My
one
God,
of them's
Tyrael
definitely
is a
gonna
girl
be.
dad. Oof.
What's this name of your oldest son?
Andrin, after his adoptive grandfather. Also, and I look at him, I was like, where is your fucking knife, boy?
your fucking knife, boy.
Where is it? I know he's got.
He immediately charges up at you and starts like biting on your shin and like clawing at your thigh.
Good boy.
Oh my God.
That's my boy.
So I pick him up. And I was like, we got to name these children. One of them's definitely just gonna be Tyrael II.
Tyrael.
I'm gonna call him Junior.
No, there's no juniors in D&D. It's the second or the third.
Andrew, while you're holding them up, he points at the twins and he says, I already named them. That stink and that
What'd you
ass.
name them?
Stinking ass.
That could be their nicknames. I don't want to hear about it from their mothers, but okay, yeah, stinking ass.
Which one are you
That's
naming
good.
Tyrael II, the newborn?
Yeah, because it would seem weird because I don't want to name like the other one Tyrael the fucking third. It's weird for twins. But
These are my sons, Andrin, Tyrael, and Tyrael.
Muriel.
You're the second, you're the third, you're the first, one inherited.
No, so this is Tyrael the second and Tyrael the third. They're twins. Tyrael the third came out first.
yeah. Well, to know that information, I'd have to ask his mother, and his mother's a lying whore. She just tried to steal 14 gold off of me.
Hey,
I gave her a fucking baby. And she still wants money too. Anyway, fucking names.
Oh shit.
I'll think of some names.
You gotta name them now.
It's gonna end up just like the
women
movies.
are waiting.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck me.
I suggest Lorelo.
How about Catherine Crust?
No, I don't want to give them orc names. That's why my mom's dead. My dad fucked her to death.
You could always name them
PG.
Drell.
I did. Well, if I used the word that was appropriate for it, like you'd be demonetized. Garm. That's what orcs do. So
Tyrael, Andrin.
Tyrael II. Andrin's the oldest. Tyrael II is the newborn. And fuck me.
Fuck me. I have so many kids.
You like some elf names?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me something here. Give me something to work with.
Chad.
Try Adrin and Oust. If you want them to be like the same letter for their first initial.
That's not bad.
Beiro and Barian. Hadarai and Heian. Or rather, Heian and Hemo.
Could always do Oin and Goin.
Emerald and Avelio.
Yeah, they're not dwarves. Yeah, fuck, there was one, Barian, that's a cool name. Baron. No,
Barian.
that's stupid, that's a real name. Bara.
No,
Barian.
that's the name. I like Baron.
Erdon and Erevan.
Wait, I just had a realization. Are we literally sitting here naming his fake fucking kids?
Yeah, they're real, man.
Man.
The characters need names.
Okay,
Yes, they need names.
I'm all fucking for it. Just making sure everyone's on the same fucking page is what we're doing.
You might be playing one of these kids in a future campaign.
Azael. Azael, yeah. Azael.
Ooh. You might as well call him Azazel. It rolls off the tongue.
That's Azazel is I think actually in D&D. And that was a cool name. What was it? Vayroon. Sounds like a dragon name.
I like that.
VH.
Oh, VAH.
VHAERUN. Azael and Vayroon. V as in vagina.
Yeah.
Of course. We got that.
What's your pet boy's name? Because they want to know what to tell Serena if she ever makes it here.
Peter. What's the woman's name?
Serena's the mom.
Serena.
Akira, a Nora, and a one more time.
Serena and Mary.
Serena. Better not see a V.
Call her Serena. That's a stripper's name.
I mean, given her back.
Are these their real names, or are these the names Is that their name on a list at the door, or is that their real names?
You don't know.
Listen to
You never asked.
Oh my god.
I'm asking now because I'm not getting.
The only reason that they're coming to you is children are
money,
and you're the only green skin that they've been with. So
yeah, it's a very faint green, but I'm like pale green. Or just calling me green.
Kids come out with pale green skin and small fangs.
Yeah, I know. They know who the fuck it is.
If you're wanting a different race name, we can always look that up for you. I got the book open.
Yeah, Wyvern. I thought that was a cool name. I saw that on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wyvern?
It's Wyvern. Yeah, it's actually spelled. It's Wyvern. It's the word Wyvern, but it's pronounced Wyvern. It's an actual name, old British name.
Well, it depends on how drunk you get. It could be Wyvern, but if you have
that's up to him.
it could be Wyvern.
Yeah, that's up to him, I guess. Wyvern.
There's gonna be a battle for Tyrion's estate one day.
Oh yeah, big succession dispute.
If he has anything left after paying all that child support.
I've got a lot of money. I mean, look at me. I got to keep. It's not the right time to
where all the gold goes.
And we have this eclectic collection of an aunt and several uncles for them.
Yeah, well, it's also not like the right time to tell my wife why I'm a king. I'll do that later.
And then the final fun would be as they grow up and they start getting into things and like hobby. I mean, there'll probably be more in all reality. Do you start just all right, you're 6 now. You're 7. You're 8. You're 9.
So start naming them numbers in foreign languages so they don't catch on for years and years what names mean.
Your child's name. Your
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mary is an elf. What are my other wives? So if they're looking a lot like me, they're not tieflings or anything.
Serena,
Elf 1, 2, or 3.
Serena and Nora are humans. Kira is a
what?
half elf.
Half elf.
Do they all have big
YouTube
titties?
video started playing.
Yes.
I imagine they do, because that's probably what drew Tyrion's eye.
There's a commonality between all of these women.
You notice my wife. Go ahead. Yeah.
You guys are learning a lot about Tyrion.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And notice that my wife did not smack me because I had bastard children, but because those two bitches came over here making it sound like I abandoned them. That's why she slapped me.
I'm going to remember that.
Sure.
Like a bard does.
I took off a long time before fertilization happened. I took off like as soon as I was done. What are you talking about?
I fucked them, and then I fucked them again.
Actually, the thing is I own that the establishment where I made all these babies. I think I still own it.
Yeah, Stouts and Hammers.
Yeah, I own that. I own the brothel above the bar, which is where all these babies were made. Except
quite correct.
My oldest was made here at the keep. Yeah, that's all their names. I won't remember some of them. I'll have to write them shits down.
I should write my kids' names down.
He just had to add like 9 names to his memory list.
I got them all there in the chat. Just add them to something on your D&D Beyond.
No Dad Amazael. No
They need tokens.
He's Tyrion.
Wait until they get
Shut up, you're 4.
Wait until they turn teenagers and you get one of them the wrong name and they just huff off. Oh, it's going to be horrible.
It's going to have a hunting pack.
5 boys. Oh yeah, here in about 30 years, when they're like, they'll be like, I don't know, they got to be like 30 human years old, and they'll be like proper like 15, 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be a formidable group.
They're
Look at that one.
making the next adventuring party for the next campaign. It's all going to be
Entire party of Tyrion's kids.
We all have to play as Tyrion's kids. That'd be great.
Well, the thing is making this character, B-Ray, like I didn't get like every feature from each class. I got like that's how I made it. They probably talked to Mike about it. It would have been a little too broken. I get all orc traits and all elf traits.
Yeah,
but,
no, it was a 50-50.
Yeah, these are a mix between like human and elf and half elf. So, yeah, as long as I just keep playing dire elves, I can be my own kids later. If it's in this world.
I can be my own kids later. Oof. Eek.
My own grandpa.
They're gonna start the game with fucking magic.
How I was born. Oh, that was a good night.
Well, I put a quip in the chat as well. So when everybody clears out of the, she would ask about correspondence from Grimm, and Ed would go over to the pile of papers that are scattered all about the floor and dig through them to find one that looks slightly different than the rest, and he would hand it to you.
Which one of us?
Lorelai.
She'd put it in her cloak for later.
Okay. What would be everybody's heading? What's the plan here? Tyrion secreted his meeting with the women. Nobody else in the keep knows you're here except for Ed and Will.
Since the Port Dakara is now overtaken with Valadorian forces, where did all the former leadership go? Where's the governance? Scattered
about the Brine lands, the attached cities.
What about our ships? We had several of them. Are they still in port?
We only have 1 or 2 ships, don't we? Because we had
like 2. We had 2. I remember 2 specifically.
You have 1 ship.
Aww.
And talks of an airship. And the 1 ship is currently heading towards the blockade.
Well, that's not
Do we
good.
recall it?
We probably should, because the blockade extends all the way to our dock too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd assume.
So yeah, I'll send word to the captain, tell him no, there's a blockade ahead, and to turn back around. As for where we're going to have him meet us, we should probably determine that real quick. Should we just have him meet us somewhere at Hallisfeld or wherever is safe from the legions in Izian right now?
How fast can they travel for a teleportation circle? Like,
it would take them a solid where you are to near Hallisfeld.
Yes.
It would probably take them a solid month.
Where can they basically travel to, or like beach and, well, we may have to give up the ship, but we could get the crew back.
Carrick's gonna turn to Ed and Will and ask them where are there currently Valadorian forces on Izian? Where have they occupied, if anywhere?
We don't know. We don't leave this room.
Talking about information that has come through, but okay.
We didn't read any of those letters.
Maybe we should read the letters before we let. We'll tell. Carrick will write to the captain to turn around for now. There is a blockade that's going to stop you if you go further, and to restock at the last dock they were at. There may need to be a long trip to Izian.
Okay.
And while they're doing that, I guess Carrick's gonna sit down and hopefully ask for some help from other people to get the information from all these letters that have shown up for them.
As you guys would pour through the information in the letters, requests for fealty, alliance to the Valadorian state, empire. You would have bits of information that you would find mixed into those letters, such as, now that we have Scunland control, the Valadorian Empire would have great advantage in maintaining, our hold in Dagath Nern, with positioning at your keep. We would like to station soldiers there. Another one talking about the fall of Gleatith and Blackburn, requesting that through fealty, the expenditure of your soldier would be required. Standard asks. As you guys read further, the letters become less friendly and civil, and start to become nastier and under threat. If we don't receive a response soon, we've already taken the docks at Port Takara. We will burn through them to get to you. And mixed into the pile, there's one that has it's been unopened, and it has just the image of a pie drawn on the envelope.
Oh. Carrick probably recognizes the pie.
Oh boy. You would recognize it as it's from Frog's Holler.
Yep. He's gonna open that one
Ooh, my.
Yes. So, it's actually from the under there. There inside the note details the state of Valador and how it is now a military state under martial law in its entirety. Curfew every night, and the resistance is growing strong. You would have trouble reading this. Lorelai would be able to decipher some of it.
Yeah, he'd probably call
this is spoken. Some of these notations are, wrapped in code and sounding like thieves' cant.
Yeah, he would call Lorelai over to translate.
But there is a resistance in Valador, and they are requesting your guys' help.
In where? Sorry?
Valador.
In Valador. In the slums.
That sounds... Oh, in the slums. I was going to say, this sounds like a trap.
No, this is like our stomping grounds kind of places, like
Right.
they are requesting help. We Rohan must help Gondor at this point in time.
I assume it's from Miss Kara.
Yes.
Okay.
From Miss Kara's bakery.
Yes.
Miss
We have
Kara's
to.
bakery.
She's calling in a pie, sir.
That's
She's
pies
calling
and
in a
all of
pie.
Metamora.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that. That's signed because I wasn't there for it.
So for Perrin and Garm, what happened in Frog's Holler was the group got tied up working for essentially a peaceful syndicate in the southwestern slums, the was Frog's Holler. They kind of policed their own, and they were trying to get a hold of or they were trying to bargain with Corbin the Cold, who controlled the pits, and they ended up working for Corbin the Cold to ransack the temple and steal a bit of information from him.
We did.
And they did, and they ended up pulling a double cross and a double cross on Corbin the Cold, and eventually killing him and protecting the southwestern slum known as. The way that Frog's Holler works is Miss Kira kind of runs things there, and her pies are a form of essentially it's your badge of like your. If she tells you to go give somebody a pie, then that person knows that this is attached to Miss Kara.
Got it.
She also, when given pies, likes to work for favors. So she doesn't work for gold. She doesn't give information for gold. She gives it in exchange for favors.
Okay.
So as Carrick pointed out, the fact that there's a pie on the envelope is her calling in a favor.
Got it. Okay.
And we've dealt with her. This was back when Drell was a thing. He had a debt to her. So he'll go ahead and, Town Hall will go ahead and pay it through.
But the world's falling apart, so what is your guys' heading?
Is there a way to tell how old the message is?
No.
Oh, sure. Shoot. I was hoping there was a date on it. Oy.
I was going to say, buddy, we, and Town Hall will say this, we need to clean up our own yard before we clean anything else.
You said we need to raid Port Dakara?
No, I said we need to clean our own yard. As in, deal with the threats that are closest to us at this point in time.
In which case, that would be the Frog's Holler?
Yeah, but if we get the last pillar, then the void can ascend.
Well, and again, this is what's going to be necessary is for us to discuss.
Yeah, what's the plan? What other information are you seeking? Do you need
to
make better decisions?
I'd like to go ahead and head to Frog's Holler, if you don't mind.
We should probably call our spy in. Our spy master for the keep. He probably has all the information that's come through that Ed and Will probably hasn't even heard yet.
You're not wrong.
Okay. So you'll summon your spy master?
Of course, he can keep a secret because, he's a spy. So we don't worry about him telling anybody that we're here. And
being the spy master, he has a network he deals with. Think of him as Varys.
Fergus Quartzman is his name.
Master of Whispers.
He has his little birdies.
So, first off, I guess, a more detailed look at the situation in Valador. How best we could get in there if we were going to help Miss Kara.
Okay. So he would show up and be not surprised at all by your arrival.
Of course.
Pretty monotone. You'd say the state of Valador is extremely bad. It's not just the slums. He says the entertainment exchange district, the docks. He says it's bad all over. He says they're not a lone resistance in the slums. There's independent pockets of resistances popping up all over the city. Open revolts, murders of citizens, murders of guards. Valador as a whole is an eruption of chaos. The military, the only reason that it hasn't burned down. It wouldn't be wise to go into it. The Grand Arcanum and the Senate District, they're locked down. There is nothing happening there that would be wise to enter. You would have to enter from somewhere else.
For allies,
you do not want to use the teleportation circle.
So can't go through the Arcanium. I don't have a thing at the. Yes, I do.
You guys know visually. You know the Miss Care's Bakery. You guys know of the inns. You guys know all of the different entertainment houses. You guys have an estate.
Talon looks at you guys and goes, "I've seen several places. We can teleport in there."
I take it he was saying it was unwise to teleporting because the Arcanist would pick it up, right?
Teleporting using their circle.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah,
you just need different means of.
But just like teleport to a space, yeah, that's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other information you require?
Much. Do you have guard patrols? Do you have any information that would make it easier for us?
He says, guard patrols, he says, are eternal. He says it's full squadrons marching the streets constantly. It's almost impossible to move through the city undetected.
Is the situation urgent?
He says for them, I would assume it seems so. He says, but the world at large, it doesn't seem so at all. He says there's no word coming out of Tarut. He says Blackburn's the last bastion of civil. He says no Gliatith. He says I only have a few spies left there. He says from what I understand, the network I had is filling the ranks of the undead.
So Blackburn's the only place left on Gliatith.
He says in Scunland, it's always been two states anyway. He says, but now you have those who have been south, and then you have those who have been driven north to Isen. He says in the state of Isen is great resistance. He says with the unification of those from Scunland and the Isians themselves, he says the corporatists have actually begun pouring money into the people and armies there, especially with Valadorian ships at their gates.
What areas of Isian have they occupied, the Valadorian military?
He says, from my understanding, they have coastal encampments. And he would pull out the map. Switch to gold for Valador.
So I say, holy crap, I have several maps.
He says, moving into it, he says, they've taken up on the north and east side of Isian. He says, and on the outside of the South Isian Pass. He says, Valador is finding it difficult to move into Isian because their ships are superior to Valador's.
So Halisfeld remains in Isian hands, yes?
Correct.
That's going to be our in.
With the bolstered ground forces from Scunland, he says it's quite the resistance.
Well, it would sound like the quickest way to end this problem is to mount what we can of a navy and defeat this blockade.
I'm sure they've thought of that, and we've only got one ship to spare.
We do, but, well, it's the ship they're not expecting.
It says the Valadorians are searching for something. He says, I assume it's similar to what they found in Dagat Nurin. He says one of these pillars.
And they must not get their hands on it.
Nay, they must not.
Do you guys fill him in on anything?
Yeah, we'll tell him all the stuff that happened that we've learned while we've been away.
What? Before he does that, is this guy trusted, this NPC?
This is our spy master for the keep. He's probably the most trusted person for information.
Okay, then yes, we fill him in on everything.
Yeah, this guy's a circulator and purveyor of it.
Yes.
He would say then, in the Harsvein territory, it sounds like they're moving towards Officious Rest to destroy a tomb and a corpse. He says, which sounds like it would be unfruitful.
It's probably just some pettiness on the Void's part to take out an old enemy despite them being dead.
Then what would you suggest to create the most hurt upon our enemy?
He says, I don't know. I just gather information and tell you how to...
I'll look at you, Carrick, since you're the only one here that's talking, and I'll go, then let's hit them where it really hurts. Let's hit them in the gold pouch.
What
how do
does
you
that
suggest
even
we do that?
mean?
Well then, we'll just, again, have to look out maps and where... Okay. It's difference between, like, military maps and economical maps. Like, where are the trade routes? You cut off their supply, basically.
That'd be really difficult for Valador in particular because there's Grand Legion outposts all in the Valadorian Republic region guarding the roads and patrolling them. And there's also the materials they're getting out of the Cordal Deeps from mining that are right next to Valador, and all the neighboring towns processing those goods, if not in Valador itself. Like, they've got their economic stuff on lock in this region.
I mean,
don't forget about the undead that are pouring into the Harsvein territories, in which case he would mark here that the undead arrived by ship, and then he would make note that the undead...
I think you might have the wrong map up.
The map you're talking about,
yeah, I was going to say, I see this...
I feel like you're... There we go.
There we
go. You guys over.
So the gold up here are the encampments on east. The undead move in from the north Dagat via ship.
No.
And then you would imagine undead are also pouring into Taru from Gliatith. And you know that you would know that the Void also controls elements.
Also controls what?
Elementals.
Oh,
at this point.
Yeah. Good thing there was elemental in our territory left.
If we want to go with... Honestly, this is Pete. This is not fucking Town Odd. If we're going to look at this shit, then we really have to cut off the supply of undead from Gliatith, because that is your literal, like, manual labor. That's everything. That is your supply line.
Mm-hmm.
So no. That's not what we do, though.
I mean, I can identify as the whole ethnic problem against
again,
those
I would love to hear ideas. I was going to say, let's hear other ideas. That is the only idea going through my head.
So
there's a reason we're a party.
So I see that we're thinking of the political, like, and trying to stop undead and shipments and all that stuff from coming in. Which is the more pressing matter? the pillars, the towers, or stopping trade routes right now?
The pillars. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So
you're not wrong.
while what you're doing is very tactical, I think the more important mission, more important objective we have to do is take care of these pillars, whether it be seizing it or destroying them. Because regardless of, even if you have them stopped, the undead army is basically just a wall. It's not going anywhere because the more people that die, the more the necromancer will just bring more back, and then we're back at square one. But once they get the towers all activated, then it's game over.
Eric will turn to the spy master and ask, do we have anything in the way of underwater explosives? Really
And
strong?
what do we know of this?
It says ideal on information.
Yeah, information of our inventory. That's what I'm asking.
He says, I'm not a quartermaster. I'm not a armorer. I don't keep track of these things. He says, as far as I know, we don't have any.
As we're gonna need something that we can set down underwater to explode and destroy that pillar inside.
How big are these pillars?
We don't know.
Very good question.
Oh, we've never seen. None of our party has seen one at all.
Yeah, the one we saw activate was leagues away in the wildlands, the South Valadorian Republic area.
Okay.
Like we couldn't see the tower; we just saw the huge lighting.
You got an image of the location of the one underwater.
Okay, so like even if we don't even know how much we would need in terms of like explosives, so.
But once we're there, I can structurally destroy. We don't need to bring explosives.
Oh, you can do that yourself?
Yeah.
Can you?
You have a thing against structures and fortitudes, don't you?
Well, I can stone shape. I can just literally turn
that'll
half
work.
of a wall into mud and have it fall. Like there's ways around it without blowing anything up.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
we should be good there.
So what you guys is heading?
The map that we can
What is-
look at, so we could judge this a little bit better.
So what you guys is heading?
What is the first tower we're going for?
All
The
right.
general
So
consensus I'm hearing is Hallisfeld to get to the Crystal Cove Tower and take it out, the Tower of Water, before Void can get a hold of it.
that
Okay.
is the one I am leaning to. The only
Agreed.
other option, in my opinion, and it is a valid option as well, would be trying to destroy one of the towers to see if that would weaken the void, right?
Isn't the one in Crystal Cove already active then, though?
No,
that's the one.
Oh, that's not the active one. Okay.
Yeah, they're pursuing it to activate it. And it's
Okay, I thought the one that wasn't active was the one in Dagathnern. So.
No, that was the first.
Oh, that was the first.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't find it because they're looking on land, but it's underwater.
Yeah, destroying an active one might be better because, I mean, one, it destroys one and gets rid of a general, and
we don't know that.
You're talking the two fish in one bowl kind of concept? Yeah, I get it.
So
Also,
Garm,
keep in mind that the ones that
We do
Can I have a
not
chance to
know
speak,
it
please,
will get rid
everybody?
of the general.
Can I have a chance to speak, please? Thank you.
Yep.
Garm, earlier when we were asking about the effects of destroying an already active tower, Ophiuchus said it was unknown whether or not it would either destroy or weaken the general, but it should weaken the void. Does that sound
but it should weaken.
Yes.
Okay,
But
so
we still
Okay.
don't know for sure.
so that means the general will likely be unaffected. If we're lucky, it might get destroyed, but we don't know. So, in order to prevent the overall ascension of the void to the higher power to destroy reality, we need to take out that water tower before it gets activated. And also, on top of the idea of just destroying towers in general, there's nothing that was said whether or not an activated tower would further buff the guardian inside it that we have to kill to destroy the tower.
This is true.
And I point this out as well because it's not yet activated. Like the other ones, like one's got like a horde of undead around it now. The activated ones have a bunch of bullshit around it. This one, if we're gonna start somewhere, would probably be the easier one.
Yeah, the water one's going to be the best option.
Okay.
Looking at it objectively.
That makes sense.
That's my vote. I'm going on mute for now, but that's my vote.
So we stick with the Crystal Cove?
Well, the only other option, because there is one other valid option, would be to do Tort. The reason we would do that one is because if we destroy that tower and it weakens him, then that will keep him from getting full ascension, right? But also, Garm isn't that over by where there's that artifact you've been told about. So it might be beneficial to pick up that additional artifact as well while we're there.
So you want to kill two birds with one stone?
So that would be that would be one option.
I was going to say, how many birds can we kill with one stone? That's
Torah has.
Can I finish, please? Could I finish, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I still personally think that Crystal Cove is the better choice, but I do think that that would be a good second choice, and I just want to make sure people are aware of it.
Following that logic, I'd say we should do the Crystal Cove pillar first, and then head for Toru, get the Garen's Well artifact, which I think is where also the teleportation circle is, so we'll be right on top of it, and then go deal with the tower and Torrid.
The reason that main reason with the Crystal Cove thing is it seems that destroying any of the towers, like with one being gone, like that'll stop his ascension, or at least significantly. I can't remember if it was completely stopped or not. However, the big thing was that they don't know where it is yet because they're looking in the wrong place. If we go somewhere else and more time passes, they may figure it out. And by the time, they'll find it. And again, there's probably there's less shit.
Well, you also have to remember, they don't know that we're here yet. So we do have a basic surprise attack at some point in time. Where are we going to make it hurt the most?
It seems all even. It just seems like the ones that are active already have a bunch of shit around them. Well, If we're going to start with a pillar, if we're going to go after all of them, fine. But if we're going to start somewhere, it seems like this would be the easier one. And at least this place that doesn't have a horde of undead around it, somebody we have in our group knows their way around very well.
And again, it will keep one of the generals from ever being summoned.
This is also true.
Yeah, that's the boss we have to fight.
Well, because again, that's my biggest thing is we only get one surprise attack before they know we're back. So
it doesn't matter where we go; it's a surprise. It doesn't matter if they don't know that we're at the keep or not. We're not fighting here.
Well, the biggest point is whatever target we pick. Remember, we're probably going to have some kind of advantage on it because they don't know we're here. So if we want to hit all target, awesome. If we want to hit a bigger target, but
what I don't understand is, what do you mean by they don't know we are here? They know that we exist if they even think about us.
They know we exist, but we've been gone for 9 months. They could think, well...
They don't know our location. They don't know our power level right now.
Exactly. So it's a surprise attack. We literally have a natural built ambush. We just have to know where to put it.
Well, I think
Crystal Cove.
It sounds like we know where our heading is.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, that's the answer.
I think we should.
Yeah, Crystal Cove.
Crystal Cove, and then we can make our way to Garen's Well, and then we'll work on. Then if we can get those two, then we're halfway done.
But right now, let's focus on our next step, and that's getting to Izian. So we have a teleportation circle in Hallisfeld, as far as we know, still held by Izian people.
Mm-hmm.
So that means our welcome when we get there should not be hostile. Carrick has another question for the Spy Master. Have there been any openings for another outside vessel to travel through to Izian to reach Hallisfeld, or have they fully blockaded the waters?
Fully blockaded.
Fully blockaded, so no ship can get through.
That's why I'm. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were finished.
That means the Flames End is going to have trouble getting in. But then again, the trip will take a month, and that'll give us time to disrupt some things. If we want to go full on torched Earth against the Valadorian forces after we destroy the tower, we could probably get that done before the ship arrives. Assuming it doesn't take too awful long
It's
to do.
only a last resort, let me tell you.
Is our airship done?
So you guys are heading
started building it.
So you guys are heading to Hallisville.
I think so, yeah.
The general idea.
And that'll be the heading. So teleportation circle there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But if they're fully blockaded the waters, we probably should not tell the captain to make his way over here yet.
Wait, are they blockading the waters to here? Like, what waters are blockaded? Every waters?
You could tell the captain to gauge it, keep a distance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say,
Play it by
let's
ear.
just say, yeah,
You guys can
we
keep them
arrived.
informed as well. I mean,
Yeah,
it'd probably be at least a few weeks before you started running Valadorian ships.
Alrighty, so we'll let the captain know what we're doing and to keep his wits about him. I'm assuming with all the blockading going on, pirate and sailor missions are currently disabled, yes?
It'd be a little tough, yeah.
Before things get worse out there with the blockades and stuff, apparently we're talking to the spy master. Want to send somebody that knows the hidden ways to get from here to wherever my latest baby mama is, Serena.
Yep.
Wherever she is, I want somebody capable to sneak, get her, sneak back.
Well, you've got your 2 retainers,
Sure.
and you would be able to give them information from maps that you have, where to locate her, since she would most likely be at Stouts and Hammers, and able to find essentially a ship to get her to the Brinelands. So these you would be able to send your retainers.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, just as a wider gaming question, how quickly could Perrin build an airship with his current knowledge base and resources?
I thought we already were.
Yeah, I was about to say like a month. Yeah, I thought we were working towards that.
Yeah, I thought we already had a dock, like a whole space-built building in there. That's why I asked, what's going on with our airship? Is it done?
You have an airship dock.
Oh, okay.
We don't have
built
an
one.
airship. We just
Don't
haven't.
have plans for an airship yet. I am still trying to figure out how to build one.
Yeah.
Dude, it's called helium.
That
All right, I just remembered wrong. I thought that we already had one in the process. That's okay.
Eric would suggest Perrin to talking with the sage about any kind of mecha works that would suspend a ship in air and send it flying.
So are you spending any time at the keep?
Oh yeah.
A short amount of time.
We are?
I have to.
Think straight out.
Because there's some family matters that Tyrell has to deal with. Carrick would want to reach out to Jaina somehow, some way.
Are you going to rebuild the workshop?
Rebuild the workshop.
Yeah, it would probably. Yeah, we're at the B. That's what I was saying, quickly, but when we went on break, there's a few people straggling. We're usually here for a little bit, and if it's only going to take a couple of weeks for you to build a workshop, because I need to do it, make sure I have fucking the book out and everything. When we go out, I always, after a fight, why don't I ever remember that I have, a special ability? Just chilling from hanging out at my tower and my keep.
Well, get everything that you want to do in the couple weeks then together. If you guys want to spend a couple weeks here.
I don't want to. I will.
I don't know.
Does anybody else? What's the vote? Are you guys going to skip the workshop and skip 2 weeks and head straight out, or do you guys want to stay in town for 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, if the workshop is necessary for some of you guys, then I guess we'll have to wait. But
Perrin talking. We're skipping the workshop. This is
workshop. I'm staying.
Good.
Okay.
Because honestly, I don't think we should have to pay for your mistake.
No one's asking you guys to pay for my mistake.
Okay.
I don't even know where you're coming from with that, Talmud. No one has asked for money for anything.
I don't think we even know that, like, he lost all his shit. Yeah, I don't know if that
I think
conversation
it's
happened.
just deleted from our memory where you were always poor. Why are you here? Is why
For some
we
reason,
asked
he's wearing a robe
ourselves.
of many things instead of his normal wardrobe.
Tyrael will split the difference with you guys, but I'm staying here for like at least a few fucking days, man. I've got 4 fucking kids that I gotta fucking look at.
We're not going to say that you don't. Yeah, we're not going to say that you don't get to do that, dude. Go do your kid thing. Go do your. Go be a good dad.
Yeah,
It's not a request. Tyrael's telling you. It's not like, can I?
Parent needed to sell things, and so for next session, anything that you guys need to sell, anything that you guys need to acquire, have that ready.
Okay.
We'll get through that at the beginning of the next session, and then teleport to Hallisfeld.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So that way you can get your few days and keep to get any preparations you need, get any questions that you have together, etc., etc.
Perfect.
We also do identify some of the loot we got because there's like two amulets and a set of boots from the Fey Maze we never identified.
Nice. Yeah. Do that.
All right.
Sure.
Probably.
Sounds good, man.
Sounds good.
All right.
Cool.
Everyone have fun.
Gives you guys a little role play in before, after spending fucking 3 or 4 sessions inside that place.
Do you get any experience?
Experience?
And you guys will acquire 5,000 experience each.
Sweet.
Hey.
5.
Did you guys hit level 18 yet?
Oh, so close.
No.
Did you guys hit
They're
that
all
yet?
right on your,
Not even
all right on your
halfway.
heels.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
Right on your heels.
Yeah, you've missed too many sessions.
That's what I'm asking. Like, I was like, damn, am I still like a little bit ahead? Like, they're going to be ahead of me now.
Sir, I just hit
really.
level 17.
Oh wait, shit!
You just
I did
hit
level
17?
18.
Oh, okay.
Just barely.
You said you hit level 18?
Yeah.
Who did?
17.
Yeah, you should be
17. he
Oh,
said.
Should she be ahead of me in experience? Because I'm only got to
Congratulations, Warla.
well, I mean, did you
Yes.
missed a couple of games before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed a few bouts of experience for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's when
got
your
partial
kid was
credit
born.
last time.
But you should be right at about 18 yourself, like almost there.
I got 21,000 more to go, according to my calculations so far.
I've got just under 30,000.
You know what? Fuck this ability score. I'm going with the feet.
Okay.
Well, you guys got some planning to do, and then I'm going to jump off.
All
right.
Rest my eyes.
Sounds good.
See you guys next time.
Yep,
Bye.
have a good one.
Viewers, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow so you stay notified when we go live on our next session, most likely sometime in July, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking it out. And we'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.
Later.